Welcome to Housing Talk episode 70. I titled this August Bangers with ISO. Unfortunately, Alora couldn't be here with us today as she is currently working. So I decided to go solo again. Yay! But we are going to be seeing exactly just that though. Banger builds that came out in August. There is one build that's kind of not in August, but it's close enough. It's like the end of July, and I've wanted to see it for a few weeks now since it came out, but we haven't had the time to do it. So now we finally have the freedom to actually do it. So, and it's like a Lala friend of mine that I met on JP when we used to raid together. So it would be a shame not to go to her build as part of the August Bangers tour. Initially I was going to name it Bangin' Builds too, because, you know, it wasn't quite just August, but I thought this name would be more appropriate than Banging Builds. Even though we did have spicing things up for our episode 69 tour with Alora on Sunday. But yeah, we are going to be visiting, I believe, like 7 or 8 builds today. The first build here is by the wonderful Momogile, another Lalafell friend, with her build Alexander 2 on Elemental Carbuncle Goblet War 20 Plot 30. What, banging builds would have been funny? Yeah, it would have been funny. But yeah. But yeah, this is the build that we were talking about on Sunday. When we were looking at the renovated builds. Like, it pretty much wasn't quite done yet. She literally made a post saying, I finally finished all 600 items, literally after we finished streaming. I was like, oh, thank God we didn't go right before that. But we were planning to start the previous stream with this one too, because this one really is a banger. Like, she released the original one back in like 21 or 22, and like, it was like really good. Even at that point, like, it was insane when we first saw the city. But now that she's got like the revitalized version with all the new like Dawn Trail housing items and stuff, like, she's been working months for this, like literally months. So Alora and I really want to go see this build, but now Alora's not here and I'm doing this by myself. So it's like, I even asked her before the stream, I said, hey, like, we could totally do it tonight if you want instead. And she's like, no, it's okay. You can go solo and stream it. So I decided, okay, might as well just do it now while I have time. So yeah, we're here at Alexander 2, which is pretty much like the Alexander city that you see in the Epic of Alexander Ultimate. So that, like, the thing back there is pretty much like the big, like, Epic of Alexander, like, monster guy that you see, like, in all, like, the raids and stuff, like the Heavensward raids. But yeah, they just use like a lot of the Gordian items and some of the like Vortex items from ARR to make that. But yeah, like, this is like literally insane. Like, there's so much to pick apart here. I've been like if you know me from previous builds, like my earlier designs, I've been dying to get my hands on like a large so I can build out like an entire cityscape. But, you know, life got in the way, you know. Not much lore going on right now in Dawn Trail. I kind of wanted to do like an Amarot style build, but it's not really in season. But she literally did Alexander, and that's not really in season either. So, I mean, I totally could, I guess, do Amarot at some point. But, I guess we got this for now. Which is like amazing. Momogal's been in the game for like 1,000 years, so she's one of those like OG Lalas from the beginning. But yeah, let's just go and explore something. This is crazy. Like, 600 items. It's insane. Like, what the heck? Not dying to get your hands on me? No. Not today. Not today. What did she use for this? This is crazy. Oh, what the heck is this? What's this item here? I've never seen this before. Wow, is this a PvP item? Or I don't know what that is, but that's new. Holy crap. This is so cool. Wow. Alora and I were talking about this when we saw this off stream previously. how the ceiling was kind of jagged and stuff. It's like, yeah, it's... I think initially we thought, oh, it's not too, you know, great, but it actually fits with the whole overall dynamic of the build. Like, it's not meant to be like pixel perfect, this one. Oh shoot. Ah, I'm stuck. I've fallen over and I can't get up. Okay, let me just go back to the front door. Then you guys can actually see how to actually ascend from the lobby here. So, see, that's where we're up there at the peak. This is basically where the large staircase is. Pretty much filled the entire staircase here with the middle. And that's like pretty much on top of the staircase there, so just head up here. Where's we going? Oh yeah, here. And we got this little balcony. Oh, there we go. Look, she's even got the little gobby, the little goblin for Heaven's Ward. Yeah, see, even looking at this from this point of view, it looks like the jagged kind of like deteriorating ceiling is actually quite fitting to what it is. I mean, this was like, in the previous version, the first rendition, she had the completely flat ceiling with royal partitions. But I guess in this one, because she had a lot more item slots, she decided to kind of break up the ceiling a bit, reserve some more housing items, and kind of make like different balconies around. Because this used to just be like one like giant cityscape with like no balconies whatsoever. You also didn't have any of these connecting pathways either. It used to just be buildings. And then she didn't have this new like kind of like living bar kind of studio thing right here on the side. It was literally just completely sealed on the top, sealed on the sides, and then just all buildings basically. So it's really nice that she even has this little lookout area too that she kind of added in for this 2026 project. You were fine with the jagged top because it looks so... Oh, I thought you weren't fine with it. Maybe it was in our starting screen G-pose you weren't fine with it there. Yeah, this is really, really cool. Oh wow, she even included a little like rest area here. That's sick. Frog bots, yay. I'm not going to go into an in-depth analysis of this because this is just really too much to analyze. I'm just coming here in awe of this entire place. Like, this is definitely one of my favorite builds back a few years ago, and it's again one of my favorite builds in like the Dawntrail era. It's so cool. Holy crap. Just the sight lines are really, really nice. Like, there's nothing really obscuring it when you kind of go in different angles. It's pretty good for G-pose here if you guys are looking for a cool, really cool, like kind of industrial or, you know, the grungier style G-posing. Let's see, what's on this side? So this is, I guess, is that new addition that I was talking about. Oh, that is clean. Oof. I think this is kind of adapted from Nora C. This style of housing. Nora had this like huge cityscape like about a year or so ago where she kind of used the wall pipes as like a barrier for her like upper bar. So I think it's a slight adaptation with some of the dance bowls and some factory partitions there, factory beams, but looks like she just used like some round lofts here to kind of pair it up with the imitation wood and skylight here to kind of make that flat wood texture. It kind of breaks it up a bit and lets like the viewer kind of focus in on it, because if everything was metal here, it just wouldn't be as apparent. But she kind of like sprinkled some different colors in here. She kind of changed the texture of the ground, you know, to kind of make it a bit pop more. Same with like the top here as well, like making it completely different from the regular like factory grates and stuff like that. So then your attention just kind of drawn there, especially with the lighting going on there as well, like the spots of lighting there sprinkled in. I meant the sky. I just was saying I wish it could be easier to make a smooth, continuous sky. Oh, no lines. Oh, that's what you mean. I think she wasn't going for that, though. I think she was going for a bit more chaotic because it was kind of like Alexander invading. So it kind of makes sense. Yeah, it's hard with the texture glitching, especially with this, just because she has like so many offset patterns. Thankfully on PC I don't really notice the texture glitching as much. I think in Alora's case and a lot of like PS5 users, you can notice like a lot of flickering when it comes to layering. But for PC, I don't really see it. And I play the game on max settings, so it looks really, really nice. But yeah, this little open bar area is really, really cool. I'm surprised. Well, I guess if Alora was here, this whole thing would be shattered because Fluffy would have definitely taken all the soju here or whatever Momo has going on here. Oh. Wow. Really, really, really cool. What other pathways are there? Let's see. Guess there's paths coming up into here as well. See, there's some minor texture glitching here. I mean, this is kind of unavoidable when you kind of have like what they call a snowflake cross. When they kind of have like inflating like boards and stuff. Like this is kind of really unavoidable, and it's not even that bad unless you like really kind of zoom up on it. Let's see. I'm surprised she doesn't have like a minion or something hiding here, because she usually has some like surprise minion that she puts in her builds. So I'm really shocked that there isn't one here, unless it's just hiding in a corner that I'm not seeing right now. Oop. Oh no. See, this is what I mean, it's like right on top of the large stair, see that? Where it would normally be on the map, right on the staircase here. Oh jeez, can I even get up here? Oh nice, I can. Now, let's take a look at this a bit longer. Ooh. Wow. Knight's table, right? 3 of them. Got like the Rodzat Han screens, whatever they're called, the Hanish partitions I think is what it's called. You got some of the clocks from the vendor, and then a lot of those display stands, like the normal display stands, to make like the legs and stuff. Oh, that's so neat. Wow. So cool. So cool. So cool. Alright. Can I get out of here? Oh boy. No. Let's see if I can jump out here. Oh no, I don't think I can. Oh no. I'm really going in there. Now I'm in some Alexander maze. I don't know how to get out. Can I jump out of here? Oh, there we go. At least I got some collision going again. I can still jump out. But see, even like getting lost in this, like look how many different kind of items she used. Like wood, steel, you know, glade pillars, right? They're just like items from different sets. A lot of factory grades, factory shadowbringers kind of stuff. Flame memoirs, crystarium furnaces, right? And lots of enigma partitions here, lots of glade lighting. Look at all these Goobalims. Holy crap, that's expensive. How many did she use here? Jeez. And this is just one building. That's like, what, like 20 probably there and 20 on the other side? A lot of the Cosmo... Oh, that's a really cool look. A lot of the new Cosmic tables stacked. And she dyed them brass gold there. Brass gold and soot black. Or even jet black even, it looks like, honestly. Just to make that kind of like radio antenna there on top of the glade pillar. Wow, that's cool. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Alora's first, and this is amazing. Alora, you finally got this first redeem. Usually someone else gets it like midway through the stream. Speaking of redeems, I think we gotta go back to make some new redeems. We used to have several redeems, but we found that a lot of people weren't really using them too much. And, you know, that's to be expected, because, like, our stream is not really for the oohs and ahs when it comes to, like, reactions. Like, I don't use stream elements at all. I don't use any of the kind of, like, sound bites or, you know, like, fishing games, nothing like that. I like to focus primarily on housing. That's why even my PNG tuber at the bottom right there, same with the lords, it's usually relatively small in comparison to the screen. I don't have any kind of, like, the Twitch chat floating on the screen. So, like I said, I like to focus primarily on housing and our talking. And that's because, like, I feel that, I guess for me, like, I don't like to have those distractions, especially if, like, a lot of our viewers, especially the international viewers, it is much easier for them to pick up, especially if English isn't their first language. It's much easier for them to pick up on our, like, cues or language cues and the visual cues if there's not as much going on. And so, like, we have a lot of especially like I have a lot of mutual friends from JP when I used to play on JP, and they just kind of gave me some suggestions as to like how to like make it a bit clearer, because at first I had some other stuff going on when I first started streaming. But they kind of gave me some like ideas on like, like what might be better. And actually a lot of them, they don't really even watch the Twitch. They just wait for my VOD to release, and they actually just like listen to it at work on YouTube. That's like what a lot of them do, because I think Twitch isn't really that popular in Japan compared to over here. So like YouTube's pretty much open to like everyone, and so like they usually just like listen to it like the VOD, almost like a radio podcast. So yeah, that's why I thought like, the best thing to do is like I'm not really focused too much on the visual and just like kind of like those like games, I guess, per se. A lot of folks just like, we want the housing content, nothing else, like straight up housing. So I think, yeah, that's why I kind of went with this very, very simplistic style. It's just easy to follow without like too much like going on the stream. So yeah, but yeah, this is like super, super cool. Used a bunch of cathedral lecterns, bunch of furnaces, bunch of knights rounds table, savage Gordian items, from the Alexander Savage raids. Super, super cool. Some Crystarian benches, right? Oh no, not again. I keep falling through. It's definitely not collision friendly, because I mean she wasn't aiming for that. She was aiming to make it like a very sprawling cityscape with a kind of like Alexander invading. Oof. Yeah, this is cool. There's just so much to explore here. Oh my god. The lighting in here. If you want to learn how to do lighting game, I highly suggest coming in here yourself to see kind of how Momo Guile does pair her lighting together. I mean, look at that. Like look at these like random like pendant lamps just in like the very peak corner here by the factory beams. Like you don't have to put that there, but she intentionally did that to draw your attention to this quadrant over here, right? And then see how like there's the matching pendant lamps like perpendicular to that pendant lamp. It draws your attention to that newer part of the aspect of the build that she didn't have before in the 2022 version. But yeah, it's just like really, really, really nicely done. Then adding those like night phasmascapes at the top there from the vendor just to draw the light down to the vortex behind the Alexander, just to make it just like stand out just a bit more, so you can kind of tell that that's like the focal point in the build. Because you got to remember, when you have lots of lighting around the build, kind of like the lights on top of the Knight's Round Table, the Enigma partition lights, lights that aren't really added into the build, kind of like the Gubu lamps, just kind of lights that come with housing items. Same with the wall lamps. When you have that many kind of like light distractions, you kind of need something a bit brighter. Like this is like all warm lighting, right? This stuff. You need something with the more clear like white lighting from Phasmascapes and the vortex thing to actually draw your eye to the center here, because everything else is pretty much red, orange, or yellow, right? So if you want to like draw people's focal point, just completely offset like whatever focal point you want by changing like the warmth and the coldness of the lights, and that's how she achieved that effect. Like your immediate attention is going to be drawn right away, right to the top there, which is like pretty much the main part of the build. It's basically Alexander taking over. So yeah, she did a really good job here, adding those elements in, because Phasmascapes, especially the night sky ones here, they didn't exist back then. Not in 2022. That was back in like, what was that, like Shadowbringers? No, that was before Shadowbringers. Oh, that's around that time. Stormblood Shadowbringers. Yeah, it was Shadowbringers already at that point. Or it was even Endwalker at that point. I forgot. It's been so long. I think, yeah, it was already into Endwalker, I think. But yeah, that's basically when those Phasmas came out, and they've been exceptionally good. Like lots of people use those Phasmas for lighting, because not only does it have good lighting, it has good collision. And I'm glad that they're making housing items nowadays where you have, good collision and lighting and multi-die. Though I do think that a teeny minor critique, I guess, on the dying system is that they have made a lot of housing items multi-die now, but I find that they are still lacking on like the die choices. Like, I don't know who is in charge of the dyeing in the game, but it's literally been over 10 years and they haven't figured out the perfect formula for dyeing. Like, there's literally some items where it's like they have like 2 dye slots on them, but you dye everything that nobody wants to dye. And it's just like, man, you guys have been like, just because you add more slots and doesn't mean like you can just like splatter it anywhere. Like you have to like make sure that you're making it consistent and making it very like apparent, like which items are, I mean, which sides are actually dying. It's like, don't let us just dye the trim of something that nobody cares about. We want like the full body of to be dyeable. So thankfully in these kind of like industrial style builds, you're really only going to be working with like brass colors, you know, soot black, right? Like chestnut brown, that kind of stuff. Not really going to be working with too many things that you have to really dye. It's more just about the lighting and how to offset the lighting with the rest of the build. I really like industrial style, like that's kind of up like Allure and I's alley. We both like that kind of stuff. And yeah, like I kind of wish we did that for a Housing Talk studio. I mean, I think we were going to rework that a bit, have a renovated build of our own, but still not sure exactly what direction we kind of want to go in yet. Alora's kind of busy right now doing her horror stuff for housing her, so I don't know what I'm going to do. I need to get shit done. I need to get back to the housing game and start poning these noobs. No, I'm kidding. These noobs are poning me. I literally haven't designed in so long. Like, so many people are so talented that have been coming out, you know, so it's gonna be an uphill battle, I think, to try to fight for the top, you know. Oh hey KitKat, how's it going? This build looks crazy cool. Yeah, it's Momo's second Alexander build that she updated just for this year. Allure says I love it, but I suck at it. Need my man to do that. Need my man to do what? Cityscapes, or do you mean industrial in general? I mean, I wouldn't say we're washed up, but we're definitely not like in the game anymore, really. We're just kind of like those like mentors, you know, those old mentors, like I don't know how to describe it. You know, the ones that just like sit back and let like the young people do it? And we just like give advice here and there? I would say we're kind of like the gurus almost. Oh, I don't really want to say gurus because gurus know a lot and we don't really know that much. I mean, we do, but we're not like, you know, I wouldn't say we're experts, but we're like more like consultant acquaintances, friends. I don't know how to describe us. Coaches? I'm not really a coach though. I don't know. Who knows what we are? You don't need to fight, just bring in your own awesomeness. Industrial and cities. Yeah. That's pretty much like my main jam. I wish I had my builds up. Like I don't know if you guys remember back in like 24, I think. Was it 24 or 23? 2023, 2024. I think it was 2024. I built a Jeepo studio that was an industrial one. It was a train. It was in the inside of a train, and it was called Terminus Found. And man, I miss those days of building those kind of conceptual pieces. Like, that's what I'm all about. So, although this isn't really like a G-Post studio, it's still a conceptual build because it is tied to lore, but also like it makes you have the feelings of Alexander. Like, I guess like what I'm trying to say is that like a lot of designers nowadays, they are exceptionally good at technical design. But when it comes to like concepts or lore, I find that it's not as prominent as it used to be. Like nowadays it's extremely technical, so people are building exceptionally layered like modern builds per se. You know, with lots of like intricate layering and like modern kind of designs and like artwork and stuff. Like, you know, kind of like making like slivers, like lines and these crazy like different polygons and stuff. But like, I don't know. I think that's why I kind of was drawn to JP initially, because I find that they've still kind of kept that to their core, despite having very exceptional modern designers in their roster. Like, I still think that, like, you know, people like Momogile, she's been around for like 1,000 years, and like she's still doing very like lore-based, like immersive builds as opposed to like modern style builds, which she can do very well as well. It's just that like she's not afraid to jump outside of her box and actually try something that's more lore-based, conceptual-based. So yeah, this kind of stuff draws me in. But yeah, let's see what people have to say. KitKat says, I love to look myself as a hobby builder. This is expert level. Yeah, I love your designs, KitKat. I'm always happy going into my little house you made me. Oh yeah, KitKat did. We have had some designers commission stuff for us, or like, not really commission, but just kind of gifts to us, I guess. Like, Alora got KitKat to design something for her. We had Saran design something for our eternal bonding ceremony after party, right? And then we've also done like kind of like volunteer commissions too. Like Noah had a couple housing projects that we've been a part of, and we've designed for him as well. I don't know. Yeah, I don't like the idea of taking commissions. We can leave that to the true experts, I guess. Would I say I was a casual builder? I guess. I've talked about this with Alora extensively. Like, I don't know if I'm really like a designer per se. Like, I guess I am. I'm more of a curator, maybe? I don't know. No, that's not the right word. I'm kind of like a host, like kind of in housing, I would say. I'm more of the connector type, like kind of like the person to kind of bridge the gaps, bridge like the, like, you know, connect to other regions. Like, I'm kind of like the representative, I guess you would say, of housing, the housing corporation. But yeah, I guess to be that, I gotta brush up on my Japanese to make sure that it's fluent. But I mean, I guess I know enough to get by, but yeah, I'd love to kind of maybe visit Japan at some point to actually get more of their cultural experience, to see if I can translate that into housing. Yeah, because it's much different how they handle situations, so that's why I get these like crazy, like KitKat was saying, expert level builds, because like they put a lot of time and effort into this, and it's very like regimented. They really put a lot of time and effort into making these kind of proxy services, but I think in this case this is Momogile's personal build. I'm pretty sure, like, her personal house, so yeah, that's so cool. I guess I should probably take a screenshot at some point, right? Maybe. No, I don't need the weapon. I don't need a weapon. I'm fine just how I am. Let's take a cheap pose. Is that too bright? Oh, that's fine, right? That angle looks cool, but definitely this one's probably the one we're gonna go with. The one. You know what, actually? Instead of having it from this balcony, I might actually do it from standing up here. Like standing on one of the edges here, so to kind of highlight the newer part of this build. I think that would be a better idea. Is that good? Maybe like that. Yeah, let's try that. Let's see how that goes. What if I can do a wide angle, maybe? Oh yeah, that looks cool. That makes it a lot more epic looking, because it seems like it's much larger in scale. He's looking away though. It's not quite. Something closer range, like that. I want some kind of framing though, just to kind of, you can feel more of the expansiveness, I think. I think that's a bit better. There we go. I'm not a G-pose expert like Alora, so don't mind me. I love seeing your builds, ISO. And Allura, the Frankenstein's monster build is amazing. Yeah, I need to get back into it. That's basically what I have to do. I mean, it all comes down to time and to want. You know? I find it exceptionally difficult to design these days. Just don't have it in me, you know? Oh, we got 3 spots left. Wow, okay. This is great. This is amazing. Oh, see what I mean? She even had this back in 2020. That's how long the build was. Holy crap. Jeez. 6 years ago. 6 years ago. Wow, her first time that she built it. Wow. Okay. Well, I guess that means we shall move on to the next one here. What even is the next one? Oh yes, this next one is still on Garuda. It's called Noctiluca. I think they were going for Nautilus or Nautical or something, but maybe the translation fell through for them. I'm not sure, but it looks like over in the mist, so we're gonna head over to Garuda, so let's just head on over there now. Most of these builds are going to be on JP, but 2 of them are on NA, so... if you guys have NA alts, maybe you guys can join us? Garuda, okay. Can't believe there's still people on JP right now. It's like nighttime for them. Like AM, 3 AM or something. Okay. Actually, let's put those stills up so I can kind of figure out. Here it is. Osakana. Noctiluca. Yeah, it's such a weird way to phrase that. It's basically like a nautical kind of build. Roundswell Garuda Mist. Was it 1522 it says? No, 1532. There we go. Yeah, it's quite odd, I think. They have that. Grinding the pollution stuff under Utopia? Oh my god. I'm literally level 6 right now on ocean pollution. And I've overmaxed it, so I'm literally in the yellow bar. And like they're not giving me hobby tickets, like the premium hobby tickets. I need 3 to upgrade, and I have 0 right now. They need to get on that. What is it? 32. Okay, let's go over. Alright. Oh, there's someone here already. I think it's the right place. Yes, it is the right place. Let me just head on inside and we can see what's going on here. Okay, let's take the stills down. You'll send a VOD on how to grind? Like, grind what, though? Like, what are you talking about? Why are you guys talking about grinding here? I thought we were past episode 69. We're on episode 70 now. Okay. Oh, that's so cute. This is something I would imagine Allura doing. They got the little, like, newspaper kind of things for the shark hat. That's so cute. Look at that. Got, like, a guest book or kind of like a... That's so, it's like the concierge services almost in an aquarium. Whoa, 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 whoa. That is a cool way to introduce the build. It's like an entrance going into like the main part of the aquarium. That's nice. Whoa, I like that. The entrance too. That shadow art, look at that. That's so cool. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Oh. Okay. Is there anything here? Oh. Oh boy. This is cute. Look at that. Would you look at that? You got a whole like display here with all the plates and stuff and the rugs for the writing there. Almost like a legend kind of before you go in, just so you can, at the museums and stuff when you have like a legend or like a visual guide, a visual reference map, so you can see like, this shark is in this cage, this shark's in another aquarium, this crab's here, giving them kind of scientific data on each one, so you can kind of like know like what this one comes from this region, that one comes from that region, right? Cool. Okay, so this is just the beginning. Oh, nice, nice. Wow. Wow. Got another exhibit board on this side, but then you got this like vaulted kind of like elevation. It's not quite like another floor, but it's kind of like like a half partition floor. Like a lot of like bungalows that kind of have that effect where it's kind of like a half step partition. But they made it vaulted because of the vault. Well, this is a really cool pathway. What the heck? Oh, no way. They use the tops of the vault. Oh, these are all vault ribs. Every single one of these are vault ribs to make the staircase too. That's why it's so clean. Oof. That's so cool. Look at that. Look how... Wow. This looks like a full-fledged, like, crazy, like, expensive museum. Almost reminds me of the ROM, kind of like here near Toronto, like the Royal Ontario Museum. It's got that kind of, like, luxurious look. Like, they really spent a lot of time making the different elevations to make it really pop. Oh, Strat's here. Wait, where did I missed Strat's chat, I think. Hey, Strat. Welcome in. And for everyone in welcoming in, my name's ISO. And I do housing. And I usually do housing with Alora, but she's at work. So, she's my Lala for life. Lala partner in crime. But she is not here today, so it is just me. Oh, wow. Wow, okay, I didn't expect that. Oh, what's behind here, though? Okay, what are these secrets? Oh, what is this? Oh no, housing secrets. Housing secrets. Oh no, all the slaves, I mean staff are back here. Do they have other rooms? Oh no, they don't. Just okay, there's that. So that's where they keep the slaves, I mean staff. Okay. So what's up these stairs, though? I'm curious now. Oh, another exhibit? Oh, whoa, what is this? Whoa, 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 whoa. Wow, I was not expecting this. They really decked out the second floor here. What the heck? I've never seen someone do this before. Kind of like split the, This is literally on the center of the large, like where there's the empty space here. See where the stairs are here? And they literally just like, wow. They just sectioned it off, like this half of it off, just for like this little like balcony lounge area. Oh, that's so neat. Holy crap. Yeah, the restaurant is so cool. What the heck? That's actually so cool. Wow. Holy crap. Whoa, they got a little... I like this garden area, right? With the, Hyperborea trees, right? Sticking up. Like the bases are hidden underneath the skylight. You got this little piano here. Kind of like make some like romantic kind of like evening dinner. Have someone playing, right? They even paired with keep calling this harmonica, but no, it's the xylophone at the bottom to kind of create that more like eccentric, like regal look to this, not just like a plain piano. But oh my god, even like I love how they floated these lamps up here, like those dawn trail lamps, to like on like hanging from the hanging branches. It just adds that much more like intimacy and that much more like warm kind of like seaside lighting that you would expect at an aquarium. But this is an aquarium restaurant though, so it's like wow, they really put a lot of thought and detail on how to draw viewers' attention into these little like tables here. Oh, that is so cool. And then using some of the natural lighting from the imitation wooden skylights to kind of light up the pathway there. I love how they use that wall over there of all the barrels to make the kind of like more like it is more nautical, right? It's not quite just like a plain Jane like marble partition like flat wall. They actually kind of put some detail in it and made it kind of more like nautical, like ship like. It's kind of almost like a inside of a ship. This restaurant, but you're in an aquarium, so it's really really cool. Wow. And this is the part I'm most excited about. This part right here, how they floated all the indoor. This is actually a really smart idea. Floating all the eastern indoor ponds up on this middle part. Not only does it prevent, collision from going through from downstairs, it saves a lot on item space too because these are very large. You don't like. I think they didn't want to have like 1,000-volt ribs here to kind of block it out. So they just put some eastern ponds here. Not only is a good collision for the first floor, but then now it gave her an opportunity to actually create this kind of like a balcony overlooking into kind of like a river kind of thing into the night sky. So it's like a restaurant kind of like a pier kind of thing, right? Like you got the ship walls here, right? This is kind of like the night sky. This is a little like kind of like little boat, like a fisherman's boat, like on a river or like a lake or something. And then you've got like the restaurant like peering over out into this like little pier area here. Wow, this is like really, really well thought out. Like I think this is like to me this is exceptionally hard to do because they pretty much like split this like one like third or quarter part of the middle part of the large here. And it's like, man, I need like the walls aren't perfectly straight either. It's literally done in a trapezoid here. Like, that's crazy. Like that's as curved as you're gonna get it to be, pretty much. Like, because they don't really have that many curved items yet in 14. So like that's like the best you can do is to not make it so right angled. That's so cool. Holy crap. 10 out of 10 would eat here. Lots of great places to take screenshots here. It's like a romantic getaway here. Oh, that's so neat. Look at that. Oh, look at that. This is so romantic. Too bad Alora's not here. I guess I'll have this charcuterie board for myself then, since she's not here. Yeah, holy. That is cool. Cool, cool, cool. Oh, hey, Virus. Hey, I just saw you coming. Sorry, I didn't see you earlier. Subscribe for 2 months. Those Prime sub at ISO. Hey, what's up, man? Hope you're doing well. I just had a short shift this morning at the hospital, so I was able to come to this afternoon stream and kind of show off some housing. Some August bangers. We're going to go on a getaway? Yeah, I guess. An ocean getaway. That's so neat. Well, let's explore. Oh my god, I fell through the wall. Let's explore the downstairs here. That was just the upper level. Okay, let's just see the rest of the build, like down the actual first floor here. Oh, using the Lala seats. The Lala, the ones that caused the whole like drama a couple of years back. It's the whole Lala share thing. Okay, okay. Let's see the rest of this aquarium here. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So this is like a stage slash stadium. Okay, I see what. Oh wow, that's nice. Oh, nice, nice. This is like the ultimate viewing gallery. Oh wait, they put an indirect light here. What? Oh, that's so neat. Wow, I'm guessing maybe the host or something stands here, maybe? I'm not sure. Can I even jump up there? Let me see. I think I can. Let's see if I can. No, I just missed. Oh, I got on. Nice. Nice. So that's like maybe like a guest or something, or like the aquarium tour guide probably just stands there to kind of explain like all the different fish. Like I can imagine a musical going on here maybe because it looks like they have the rope and everything here too, and kind of like a sitting gallery. It looks like almost like a sound stage or something. I don't know what it is, but that's really really neat. It's got to be some kind of concert kind of thing. I don't see it just being kind of like a viewing gallery because it is kind of like curved just like an amphitheater. That is so odd though. I wonder what it's supposed to be. Hmm. DJ Virus says, just at work, got to get back to it, but I'll be looking. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I know it's probably super busy in the clinics and whatnot. I was just lucky and got out early today, so um, yeah, it's so cool. Although this is exceptionally cool, especially having the vaulted rib partitions, kind of segmenting the first floor into like kind of like half steps. I still think this upstairs part is just so underrated. It's just so hidden here. Like you would never suspect, like, coming in from the main floor, you're going through the tunnel, going in. You got this large like lobby area. You think, okay, it's just like a regular like aquarium with like all this viewing gallery here and here. That's just kind of like the staff room here. It's like, oh, what's this secret staircase? Let's go up. And it's literally like a whole romantic like restaurant getaway thing. It's so crazy. It's just hidden like in some random staircase. That's what I like most about housing, when kind of like the designers don't really make like, I guess, their most important focal points very prominent. They kind of have them hidden in a way, and kind of like you really have to like go through the build to actually see the gem kind of thing. Like I like those because it makes a sense of intrigue. Like, oh, like what else is there? What other secret floor plan is there? What other secret rooms have we not discovered here? Like to put that in the viewer's mind is like really, really, really good for housing. And that's why this build in particular did exceptionally well. Like they got, I think, almost like 2K likes. Holy crap! Like it did really well, even though it's not like technically very like skilled. Like how I was saying, a lot of the modern designers, they layer quite a bit. Like this person didn't do too much layering. It's more just like structural elements that they kind of combined together. But even though it wasn't mechanically very like high, like the whole like immersion thing was like 11 out of 10. Like that's why it was like so like widely regarded as like a really, really nice summer build, because like they were just able to kind of like translate like how like this aquarium could be like in real life, like like a very vaulted regal aquarium at the bottom, and then with like an upper floor, like an upper balcony for like a restaurant. This is something I can definitely imagine in real life. Like that's why I said like this reminds me just like of like the Royal Ontario Museum, when they have like these multiple like spaces, but they're all kind of like conglomerated together, and it's still very fluid. Like it doesn't seem disjointed. Like this seems like it's like just like a balcony overlooking the aquarium, like in real life. So like yeah, it's just like a really, really nicely done. And yeah, this is so cool. But what's this little area over here though? Is it just like the janitor's area? What is this? I don't know what this is. This is supposed to be. Maybe someone can explain this to me, or if the designer can explain this to me. This doesn't make sense. What is this thing here? I guess it's the crew's quarters? I don't know. Weird. That little balcony, I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. Can I sit anywhere here? Oh, I guess I can. I guess, yeah, you even got the fisherman's rod. Like the rack says like the 6 there to kind of show that it is in fact a rod. Oh, I like how they used here. This is like the that cot. Whatever cot that is. It's the Limsa cot. Yeah, the Riviera cot. It's like a bed that's kind of like fused into these like boards here and inside of the indoor thing. But I wonder if I can doze here. Oh yeah, I can. Oh no, I'm drowning. I don't think this is what they were going for. Oh no. That's not good. I'm literally underwater. Maybe I should take it. Oh my god, no. I'm just with the fishies now. Wow. I guess people are gonna have like a romantic dinner and they're just gonna see like a dead Lala on the base of this pond here. Kit Kat says it almost looks like a lecture hall. I just saw the whole boat. That's so cool. Yeah. It almost is like a lecture hall. It's almost like more like not really quite an aquarium, but remember I said it was like more like an amphitheater, but yeah, amphitheater, yeah, it's a lecture hall. But then I'm thinking more it's kind of like a conservatory almost. Where it's kind of like the aquarium is just like for show, but like the real action is like up here on the restaurant, and like you're here to like listen to like some famous like Eorzean music player play here, like a jazz musician or like a classic musician play here, and everyone's just kind of like sitting around. That's how I feel it is. It's more like a conservatory, like a concert hall, rather than just your stereotypical aquarium that you usually see in real life. Yeah, this is like definitely a lot of thought went into the structural elements of this, and that's why like this build was just so popular. Definitely like the most popular build in the entire summer. Like it was insane. Like as soon as it was posted, it just skyrocketed because it's that good. Oh, really, really good. I'm just thinking where I should take this picture though. Oh, I doze here. I think I'll... Maybe I'll sit here. Yeah, that's a cute thing. I look very not enthused though, that's the problem. I'm gonna have to do some kind of emote, I think, because I look very, very, yeah, unenthused. Um, Maybe like goodbye or something. I don't know, something. Yeah, maybe that's good. Should I take another wide angle shot? Would that be good? Well, maybe not for this. I know the wide angle shot doesn't really show me too well, but I kind of just want to show off the aesthetic here more. So like the structural pieces. I mean, I'm important and everything, but I think I really want to showcase how this build's actually laid out. Because I mean, the Lala in question, the designer did have like pretty good photos, but it was more of a collage, so they couldn't really quite showcase like the expanse of what they actually used. So I might just take a wide range shot just to kind of support that, so that other people can kind of think, oh, this is actually cooler than I thought. Maybe I will go visit this. So I think I might do another wide angle shot here, but I don't know. The boat does look very, very nice though, so kind of doesn't do it justice from this angle. I don't know. I think I might just stand up for this actually and do like joy or something. Yeah, I think I'll do joy instead. Or happy. Yeah, I think that's a bit better. That boat is cute. RLF, yeah, resting Lala face. That's a term that Allure and I coined, kind of like RBF, but like for Lalas. Because Lalas look very angry and scary when they're just standing there. It's almost like they have no souls, kind of. Even though we're very cute. Hmm. Hmm. Kind of want to show a bit of that off. I'll have him face this way. Yeah, we'll do something like that. That's good enough. Nice. Is there a message book here now? I'm very curious if there is one. I think it might be in the front of the room, possibly. There wasn't one there. Must be one here, I believe. Somewhere here. Nope. It's gotta be here. Oh, here it is. It's right at the front here. Okay. This is amazing. That's so hard to say, though. Noctiluca. It's so abrasive, I find, for the English language. I mean, I don't know for sure, but maybe the translation was a bit off there. But whatever the case, it's quite an immersive and amazing build. There's a lot of compound elements to it that I really wasn't expecting when I first saw it. I just thought, oh, it's just a really nice vaulted aquarium. But then I was like, wait a second. There's literally like a conservatory / restaurant up there with like a whole boat going on. So yeah, really, really nice. So now it makes me rethink what this front desk actually is. I don't think it's really so much like a museum counter, you know, like the front reception. I think this is more like, it's almost like a waiter or something. It's almost like Because you got like the menu up here too. Like it looks like menu prices, so it's more like a restaurant, I think, actually, rather than an actual stereotypical museum. So that's a really nice change in pace. Like I just really never expected that to have that many kind of compound elements in one build, but still made it very cohesive. Oh, nice, nice. Okay, I guess we'll head on to the next one though. I think the next one's in another data center though on JP. Yeah, this one's on Gaia Alexander. So we'll have to put those stills up and then kind of head on over there. I'll post the address here so you guys can see which one I'm going to. This one's by KH Housing. You might know her as Co-Rumild, but yeah, KH Housing is also another longtime designer in the JP team, a very decorated designer. She hasn't been posting too many builds these days, but she kind of released a couple of summer builds to kind of like go with the shabby chic white aesthetic. There were a couple of other designers that had the kind of like white aesthetics that did post a few builds, but you know, haven't visited KH in a while, and she usually does exceptional with this kind of stuff. Not to say the other designers didn't, it's just that the other designers, I find that they weren't quite as unique as the one that she built this one. This one, she used a lot of the newer items and layered them together, whereas the other ones, like, they had more traditional modern elements, so I kind of wanted to analyze this one a bit more so we could see it in person and actually see what she was doing here. Because she did use some of the Cosmic and the new Occult Crescent items too from 7.55. So I really want to see in depth like what she actually used in her build here. So that's why we're going to Co's instead of the other white concepts. Okay. Now I got, because I'm from Mana, I gotta head back to Mana, then head to Gaia. I really wish in Evercold they would change that. I know that they teased like a cross data center PF in Evercold. So like let's say you're on NA, right? Like let's say you come from Primal, you'd be able to play with people from Crystal, Ether, or Dynamis in PF. And I think that's a really good idea. That's what they should have done a long time ago. But hopefully, because that's the case, you're able to travel between data centers without logging out. Because I think that's been just really, it's very time consuming. And I really hope that because they've opened up the boundaries between the data centers, that they really implement that into like actual cross data center travel, as opposed to, you know, having to do what I do, log out, go back to your home row, log back in, go transfer to another one, log, you know, it's just too much. It wastes so much time. And I think, I mean, we're used to doing it now because we've done so many like streams, you know, people have visited their friends like lots, but like it really does like deter people from actually visiting other regions and other data centers. So I think they really need to like, hopefully with the new Evercold update, get on that and you can actually just transfer through data centers instead. Like no more of this logging out kind of stuff. It just brings people more together, and like people are more likely to like, you know, do cross-region stuff if you open that option. Like, there's no point limiting that just to PF. It needs to go with the logging it in and out as well. Okay. What did I say the address was? Imperium? Shabby Chic Guy Alexander Imperium 2817. Okay, well, I guess let's head over there then. Okay. I guess this is KH's one of her private homes then. Looks like. 2817, okay. That must be one of the mediums or something, I think. No, it's the small. Le small. Oh no. I don't like Imperium's traveling system. It's quite odd. There's a lot of like different levels and they don't really lead to the right place. It is the small, yeah, because 18 is the medium, I forgot. Okay, let's head on in and I'll take the stills down once we get inside. Oh. This music, I did not expect this music, but the build is, I guess I could see this is shabby chic, yeah. Already immediately very, very, very impressed with the structural layout here. As you see, like most modern builds or like slash like cottage kind of builds, they usually have one central, I would say like foyer area where it's very square. But in this case, Ko really changed it up. She broke it up a bit. Like she almost has like an indented living area here, but she's almost got like an impartial foyer where she kind of has like 2/3 of the section kind of reserved for like the main living area, and then the other third or like half of the room like a little like kitchen dining area, and then she's got kind of like bedrooms or like other like, you know, staircases off to the side. But I love what she did here. Like if you look at over here on the left here, she made like a partially indented living space, but it almost leads into another like veranda kind of, which is kind of like a bed there. It's really cool. It's kind of like what I was talking about with the last build when we were talking about the aquarium, how they kind of have like that part half-step vaulted partition. It's kind of like, it's not quite like a full staircase, but it's like a bungalow kind of thing. It's like 2-step detachable kind of thing, kind of house, right? But it kind of adds a bit of intrigue and kind of a bit of more like depth to it, because it's not quite just like one level, like very flat, very even, very like right angle build. Like it's got like mini like infrastructure changes to let you feel that it's a much larger home than it actually is, and there's a lot more like character in it. So like, as you can see here, there's pretty much like, she used the new fossil item here. Let me just get a bit closer. Oh wow, that's a really nice yard. I'll talk about this later. See what she did here, how she used like part of the wooden step, but she has it floated from below and attached to the imitation wooden skylight here, right? So like what she did is like she pretty much cut the staircase in half so that people would get the feeling that yes, they are going up to another level, but it's not quite like another full-fledged staircase. So it makes it feel like the first floor is a lot bigger than it actually is, because you have like an impartial like verticality to it, where it feels like you're going up in elevation, but you're still on one floor, so it feels much larger and more expansive than it actually is. And then here, I really like how she used the new fossil item. I know in our last stream, Saran used it, one of our HousingTalk guest designers, one of her first ones. She used it, same thing for kind of like the custom railing here, just like the side of the fossil thing, the new fossil display that you get in a Cold Crescent 7.55. But she dyed it white to kind of go along with the whole shabby chic build. And I see many more designers doing this now. I know Arano popularized this when she kind of made little like wooden railings in her build. She did like a work in progress post. And a lot of designers are using this for like staircase railings or like custom edges. Even bed frames, like Saran used it for a bed frame, like a bed like post. And I'm really curious as to what people will use, how this item will progress. And I just kind of wish it wasn't locked behind a Cold Crescent, because I know a lot of housing designers won't really do that. But I get it. They have to make some good items go with content, or else like nobody's going to do the content. Like, I mean, I think Cold Crescent's like, I've never played it myself. I know people who love Eureka play because it's kind of like a Battlegrounds thing. But like, I understand why the devs have to lock certain content behind like really tricky stuff, because like, it just encourages you to play more content and not just stick to one thing. But I don't know. I really think that this should have just been like a release, like a normal released housing item, because it's just so versatile. So, but yeah, I mean, it's whatever. There's some housing items that are locked behind other events too, like the Deep Dungeon stuff, right? So, yeah, this is really cool. This is such an interesting picture choice. Like, the whole build's technically supposed to be shabby chic, so you're not really getting these kind of like flourishes of colors. You're only supposed to get kind of like the whites, the beiges, like just very pristine, almost like timeless looks. But the fact that she like even made this into a gold grade 3 picture frame, and had kind of like a splash of art, it just adds kind of like her design style too. Because not only is she making it like the very classic traditional shabby chic kind of vintage look, but she's also putting a splash of color in there to let people know it's like, oh, like I have attitude, I have character, like I'm not just like a one-dimensional designer, like I have lots to offer. That's what that's screaming out to me right now. Like she's adding a bit of flair and a bit of her personal flavor into it, because in a lot of KH's previous builds over the years, like she always has some kind of like it's not always a photo, but she always has some kind of like signifying piece that kind of displays her personality. She's a bit wacky when it comes to blending certain colors together, and I think she just pretty much like put this in here just to showcase, oh, this is a KH build. I'm not like your average like shabby chic like wannabes kind of thing. She just like, oh, it's almost like the ultimate FU. It's like, this is me. So yeah, because she's been around for a while, so I like that. I like when designers put attitude in there, even if it doesn't quite like serve like the main theme of the build. But yeah, this one here, oh, I like this. It's a nice little comfy like lofted bed. See the second part of it? See how there's like a mini staircase here? This is technically like a bed that goes into the Invitation 1 skylight, but it's just like a bit higher and it's lofted. So that's really, really cool. Oh, whoa, look up here. These little lanterns here, those Oasis lanterns are almost like little sailboats, it looks like. Like little sailboats in the window, kind of. That's really, really cool. Wow. That's an ingenious idea to put them between the blinds like that. That's so cool. Are those little details that she added in here? So she got the rail inside in here, kind of split it in half to kind of create this like half, like overarching partition, like to separate the living area from the dining area here. This looks like it's built for a Lala though. If I remember correctly, KH is a Makote, and this is one of her personal houses, so I wonder if this is maybe like a Lala commission, or maybe she made it for her Lala. Oh, because these are all Lala height, this stuff. Like you saw with the bed, right? Like this is Lala height getting into the bed. Lala height with these like the seating and the chairs and stuff. Even here too, right? Well, maybe not here. Yeah, look, a lot of it looks like it's very Lala size. I'm guessing this might be like a washroom or something back here. I don't know. What's back here? Huh. That's neat. Oh, this is a really... Oh, this is like the back door slash side door almost. I think it's... Yeah, it's like the side door. Going out into like, I guess like the yard over here. Oh, that's so cool. A bit? Alora says a bit what? A bit quiet? Wow. So cool. I love how she used the scroll partition here. This is pretty much like the top of this really, really large shelf, but she only used the top to kind of separate it into like a custom countertop here. That's why you see these little scrolls. This is basically like an entire shelf of scrolls. But I like how she didn't use the back side of this. Like she could have easily used the back side for the outside. But this is almost like if you imagine there's glass here, it's almost like a short little bookshelf display that's on the outside of the kitchen counter. But then the inside, of course, because it's more functional and you have to kind of move around and do the cooking here, you wouldn't want to put the glass there because it wouldn't like immersively make sense. You'd have to have a flat board so that if you have any spills or anything, it doesn't damage any of like the display contents, right? So I like this design choice, how she purposely faces towards the outside to act as a modern chic display as well, and to make a custom countertop, like a little short countertop for the kitchen here. That was a really, really good design choice that she did there. Oh, okay. I like the kind of like cottage country kind of wood barn look here with the different, there's two different faces of wood textures here. This is almost like a board and batten style on the right side, just for the trimming and towards the side door here. And this is more like the flash kind of like flush finished look that you get in a lot of interior designs. But I loved how she used the exterior kind of board and batten look that you typically put on the outside of house, but inside as well to kind of differentiate and split up the kitchen a bit here. It just makes it a lot less like, I would say, I don't know if pasty is the right word, but it makes it a lot more dynamic and a lot less like one piece. Sometimes like when designers go for shabby chic, it's exceptionally hard because you do have to balance a lot of different like lighting and different color elements, texture elements together. But in this case, it adds like eccentricity, and there's a lot of corners, like this very sharp corner, like it goes into the next wall like very seamlessly. If she made it all this like really soft interior, like finished wood look all the way around, it would just look like one kind of corner that's all blended together with random items in it. But because she has like these sharp like exterior board and batten items here, the texture, it really like stands out that, okay, this is a clear separation from this wall. This is where the eating area is. This is where I want you to look out. And this is like where I want you to see that I'm cooking. There's like a custom sink, you know, custom little built-in area here. So it's like, it just breaks it up a bit and makes it like stand out a lot more. Like two distinct pieces basically. Oh, the marimba lamp here. Wow. This custom one with the dance ball. I don't really see people do this too much. Looks like she's got like two marimba lamps here. Kind of back to back, like the ones that you see from Shadowbringers. It's got like the little blue lighting to it, but that's a really nice touch, like to have the blue lighting. That's, I wouldn't really call that shabby chic. Like I understand the marimba lamps in general, like they have that kind of shabby chic class slash vintage kind of look, like the exterior, but the light itself is very atypical for shabby chic. I would have guessed more of like a white lighting, kind of like the white lighting you saw from the Phasma Escapes in the Alexander build, but it somehow works. I don't know how she does it, but it somehow works. That's, I don't know. She's very big brain. I don't know how she does this, but she does. Alora says side piece door. Yeah, you kept saying a bit low, so I say it. Yeah, a bit quiet's one of our Lala friends from Bismarck. Yeah. He's a legend on Bismarck, so I guess we're legends too, but yeah, I wonder if Bit Quiet ever watches our housing streams. He just doesn't tell us. I'm sure he'd tell us if he watched this. He'd be like, oh my god, it's ISO and Alora, oh my god. This is so cool. Oh, up here. I didn't notice this. She's those like two lights kind of behind the windows there. I call it like the Twess lights. Unfortunately, Twess, I feel like she vanished off of Twitter. Like, her whole account like got deleted. I don't see any rebuilds anywhere. But Twess was the first one to popularize this kind of lighting. I think before Ashton did this too, but I think Twess might have been like the one that really kind of like brought it to light. This whole like light pattern thing going on. She had a lot of that stuff in a lot of her designs, like back in like 2020, 2019. That is a nice thing, having the steel locker there says the kitchen range. There's really not much room in this place, so like the steel locker pretty much like is like probably the perfect item. It's a singular use item. You don't really have like a huge amount of space. It would create way too much clutter if you had a giant range here. It would just look way too like bold, and shabby chic's not supposed to be bold. It's only supposed to be like kind of like timeless, and you're not really supposed to have these like super prominent like things. But then again, when I look at the stove here down here, that is pretty prominent for shabby chic. Like, I'm surprised it's not white kind of like the rest of it. But I'm guessing it's because she has to offset the marimba lamp lighting, so she has to make another color kind of opaquely black, kind of like the windows here. Like, she has to make some kind of prominent like other color to contrast it, or else these lights would blend in completely to the build, or would stick out like a sore thumb because there's no other black source other than these lamps. That's probably what it is. Yeah, this is the room that I want to talk about. That's so cool. She's like a side entrance, side slash back entrance, but then she has another like side slash backyard. It's so cool. Unless this is the front door here. No, it doesn't make sense. This is because this is where all the shoes are. Just, I don't know how. It is really peculiar how she made the doors here, like the entrances, because you would imagine this would kind of be like the backyard, right? So then I guess this is the front door then, you know? Like I don't get how she, I'm very intrigued on how she like did this, unless this is the front door here. And that's, I don't know. That's so cool though. But this is what makes housing really good, especially when it kind of like separates like the very experienced like veteran designers from the newer ones, is that like they pretty much take you on a whole like immersive trip where like you don't really quite know what entrance is actually the entrance. So it's like better because then you don't know where you are in the build, and it's more interesting because you're like, oh, like if I look at the map, yeah, I know where I am, but like if I didn't, really would not know where the entrances actually were. It's like you're completely sucked into her world. But yeah, it's a relatively like simple garden, right? You know, not much layering, but like it does draw your eye out to this little part here, especially with the kind of the faded jail partition and the bay window coming out here. I like that she didn't actually put a door here and it's just open. It's almost like this is like a sliding door here, a sliding like jail partition. It's so cool, man. I guess the chic part is kind of like the brick wall, because she does have like part of the brick down here as well to kind of make it stand out a bit. Man, that sailboat thing to me is still like so cool though up here. What the heck? Like that's so crazy. Like it's just simple like item manipulation, like how you layer them together. And it's not really complex layering. Like she just floated 3 little like oasis lamps up there, but somehow it makes that illusion where it's like it's literally like a sailboat. Like you're looking out into the sea. It's crazy. Like, what the heck? I'm gonna say it again. What the heck, man? Every time. What the heck, man? Oh, that's what she used for the framing. These are all the white partitions as like the custom like crown molding. And then she's got, oh, this is a nice chandelier. Wow, another chandelier. 2 chandeliers. Like one little like light here, but this is like the main chandelier, I guess, in the living room. She's got kind of like that, the carpet, the rug for the base here. You got the white partitions going around as crown molding, and then here it looks like it's almost like another, I don't know what this is actually. This square, I think they're like 2 items put together. Probably it's the base of something it looks like, but like 2 of them put together. And then instead of having 1 centralized light, she has 4 of the alpine lights from Heaven's Ward. I guess that is pretty chic. I mean, it's just very typical of what you'd use for like a quote-unquote white modern concept build, but again, this isn't really modern, this is shabby chic, so there are quite a number of oddities that somehow flow together with the rest of the build. That's so cool. I really like this build. This is awesome. That's so refreshing. The ones that we've seen so far are extremely refreshing. Look at this double clock kind of like thing with the hourglass here. That's super atypical. I like this. I like this style. It's more chaotic. It's not quite symmetrical. There's not really quite much symmetry or congruity here. It's just not quite wild, but it's like kind of a bit chaotic. So that's where the shabby chic comes from. That's so cool. I want more of these builds. KH is an amazing designer, but she's made, I don't know, this might sound really bad, but I think KH has made like one too many garden designs. Like she's really good at them, like the forestry stuff, but like now that I've seen her do something like this, I'm like, KH, you gotta do like way more. Like there's so much more that I want to see from you. And it's already been years, but like I want to see stuff like this. This one wasn't really too popular on X. Like, a lot of her garden stuff is a lot more popular than this because she does really, really good on them. But, like, this one I think she did really good on as well. But I'd love to see more and hope she decides to explore more of this concept because I think this is where housing is really going to explode. Like, yes, it is important to have congruency and consistency in your builds. And, like, whatever builds, like, you want to do, if you like a certain theme, like, kind of like how I like, you know, industrial / like cityscape themes, I will most likely go with that. But I feel like in order to grow as a community and as a designer, you have to kind of experiment with kind of blending different part themes together. And I think Shabby Chic's like a really good approach to do that because it's not quite one style. It's kind of like 2 or 3 styles kind of blended together. And there's some oddities to them where you can kind of experiment. Like even if you make, you know, and like for example, something like this with like 2 clocks, right? Even if it's not quite like real, like very realistic, you can get away with having 2 clocks in a shabby chic build because it's not really quite a standard like home. So in this sense, you can pretty much kind of test out what you might think you could put into other builds and test them out for the shabby, for like this kind of in between build, I would say. You know, with like the two maroon clops and a white build, right? The completely apparent brick like stone like range here, right? The sailboats, like these are very odd items to put into like a home that's supposed to be all white, like a white concept. So I think in that case, like if you really want to explore how you can like actually layer things together and like kind of expand, I guess, your housing prowess and like how you approach certain layering, going with these kind of like in between theme builds really lets you like encapsulate the experimental side of housing and how you can kind of improve your technical skill when you do go back to like the very themed builds that you're normally used to doing. So yeah, I really want to see what Cage does for this. Maybe make like a full-time build for the September or October time, but make it maybe darker tones and see if she can kind of experiment more with that kind of style as well, or do a different kind of grungier style for the darker concepts. Is there a book here? I talked way too much there. I don't know if there is one. Maybe there wasn't enough slots for a book. Well, it's a mannequin. No, don't tell me she doesn't have a book. No. These are all mannequins. Is there a book anywhere here? Ah, no, she doesn't have a book. Ah, oh well. Unless it's outside. It might be outside. Let's see. Oh, I forgot it was the Moon Fair. I think I hear fireworks. Yeah, look at that. It's the start of the Moon Fair Festival today. It starts August 12th and goes, I believe, August 26th. It's kind of like the Midsummer Festival they do every year. I think you can get some like Moogle items and stuff. It's pretty cool this time. Yeah, she doesn't have a book out here too. That's unfortunate. I think she designed this garden as well. It's pretty shabby chic, I would say. Got a little of that vintage look from the Elpis items here. That's cool. Yeah, that's unfortunate that she doesn't have a book here. I really would have loved to write something like a very heartfelt comment like this is amazing. I guess we gotta move on to the next one though. Let me see here. Oh, the next one is Meteor. I haven't visited this designer in quite a while. She hasn't really been doing as much. She kind of hold like binge pretty much at the first half of this year. She had so many really amazing builds. I'm guessing she took a bit of a break for this next one. We're gonna have to head over to Meteor, so I'm just gonna have to put the stills up and kind of head on over there. But this next one is by Poi, or her full name Poi Spopo from Alexander. It's a water villa on Meteor Mandragora, Imperium Ward 30, plot 30. That's cool. So it's in the large in Imperium. I'm very excited as to what she has to bring to this one. Poi, I believe, I would say, I don't want to say newer designer because she has been around since like 21, you know? But I feel that she hasn't really kind of exploded until as of recent. I would say like in the past like 2 years, she's been doing exceptionally well. And a lot of her builds are very much like structural oriented. It's not really like technical layering, like technical precise layering you get in modern builds. It's more structural layering where she builds very large like lobby kind of areas, and she makes very, very high ceilings. Like there's a lot of verticality in her builds. And this is why I kind of want to show off this one, because this one might actually be my favorite one in this whole tour because of how many new housing items she actually used and how good she actually made the lobby of the house. It's actually crazy. When I saw the pictures, I was like, okay, I'm definitely visiting this house because this looks so damn good with all the different, like, she has a lot of the new housing items, but it's also like a really, really nice, like, master, like, lobby area. It's so cool. I can't wait for you guys to see it in person. It's great. So yes, Meteor Mandragora. Let's see. Oh, Ririko. I miss Ririko. Haven't heard from her in a while. She's mostly playing on the Chinese servers now. I wish we could visit the Chinese servers. There's a lot of talented designers in that region. A lot of them post really amazing builds. We can't go. Okay, where is this? Imperium 3030, okay. Alright. Alright. Here it is. Oh, my Riri. Yeah, Riri, unfortunately, she used to main on JP on Asura, but ever since the Chinese servers kind of caught up in patches, she's been playing over there because she is Chinese, right? So it makes sense to play in your own language. There's no point playing in a foreign country really anymore when you can just play there. But yeah, there's a lot of very talented Chinese designers. Like, I think one of them's even in our Discord server. What was his name? Detox? I forget his name. It's Deox or something. What is his name? He's in our server. He joined a long time ago. But he's another great Chinese designer. And unfortunately, we can't visit any of his builds. I would have loved to interview him. Because I believe he speaks like fluent English as well. So it'd be really, really nice to see like what he could tell us from the Chinese region side of housing. Okay. Okay, this is crazy. I'm just gonna... Yeah, I'm just gonna put down the stills. This is insane. Look at this. Like, what the heck, man? Do you guys know what I'm standing on right now? Like, look at what I'm standing on, where my 2 feet are. Do you know what item that is? The brown stuff right here. Like, you've never seen that item texture, right? It's literally the new cosmic... whatever that thing's called. Man, I completely lost my train of thought. But these things here, these coverings here. See this? This is a 7.55 occult crescent item. We saw this in the last stream, or kind of like after last stream, when Noah revealed his Glimmerglade venue. He had these surrounding his pillars, but these are like cases kind of thing, right? Like the occult crescent casing. And look, she used it for all of these. Look at this. Right here. Every single one of these steps is the casing. Do you see that? Do you see that kind of like... it's just peeking out at the bottom here? Literally every single one of these is one of those casings. Like floated from the bottom of the basement. And she literally made... like, that's crazy. Like, she made them into like a pathway here. Like both sides. That's insane. Does it have collision? No, it doesn't have collision. But like, what the... like, look at this. Like, they look like these... they look like almost like the you know, it's like those the caramel, like the little squares. It looks like the caramel like squares that you break off and eat, but they're literally like each individual like occult crescent like casings, like all the way around in like 2 circles. Guess they bought at a low price. I don't know how cheap they are. Because Noah was telling me I think Noah had to pay a lot, but that was an NA though. I'm not sure how they are in JP. I know JP. Guys, if you ever want like cheaper housing items, JP is usually the place to go. It's pretty much a buyer's market there. I would avoid places like Meteor. If you want like cheap like items, I would highly suggest going to like Gaia or Mana. They usually have really cheap prices. Elemental and Meteor usually have higher prices, but in general, the prices will still be lower than NA. So I think if you're into housing, it's very good to invest in a JP alt, because they have exceptional prices. Because there's so many crafters out there, like you're not going to get a deal. Like JP players play like every form of content. They really don't care. They literally play everything. So you'll always really have a chance to get like specialty like locked content items, even if they've been passed. Like they even have stuff selling that's like from the first Criterion dungeon. They sell like 50 of them on stock, right? Whereas you go to NA and there's like maybe one, because nobody does it anymore. So like if you really want to like experiment with a lot of items and get them for cheap in housing, go to the JP or have a JP alt. I would highly suggest that. And then you can visit like these awesome JP builds like that you see from JP designers that like gives you more inspiration. So why not have a JP character? But oh my god, like this is so cool. Like, and look at this. This is like they're not really new anymore, but this is the newer Dawn Trail, like those items, right? That table thing. And she used it as a pathway. It's not supposed to be used as a pathway, but she uses it as a pathway here. See, it's technically see this like circle thing here? They're not supposed to be like walkways. This is supposed to be another item completely. And then she kind of had like she floated these items up to make it appear as if it was like a glass kind of like flooring with water underneath. But it isn't. It's like you can literally fall in, see? It's just the illusion that it's a glass flooring here, because she floated everything up here. That's the catch here. Like, that's so cool. Like, what? It's so neat. I don't know how people think of this. And the music's perfect. It's the Ilmeg nighttime music. It's very incandescent, I'd say. And it's a very like soft tones. Yeah, it's a very like it's got like a nice warm lighting that you get from the candles. Instead of using glaze, you end up going with candles because it is a water-based villa. I'm not sure if you guys know what water villas are, but water villas are usually those like super like luxurious, like kind of like these luxurious like resort areas that are like in like, you know, the Caribbeans, the Maldives, you know, are just very like crystal clear water. And they're like these villa kind of resort things on top of there. It's usually right. They usually have like glass flooring with like water underneath, which is why she has these items floated, right? And a lot of these kind of places, this technically is all like a glass flooring here, right? And that's why like the same here in the middle too. It's a super high-end luxurious kind of like villa look. And this is technically all glass as well. See how you can't even get down it pretty much? Well, like in some parts you can because it doesn't quite overlap correctly, but technically if I stand here, she put the items close enough together that like you can't really fall through because you're not meant to fall through. It is supposed to be like a glass flooring with water underneath. That's just how the style is for these villas at those resorts. So yeah, it's really bang on, like very impressive. And the blue lighting, the underside, this is very looked over. The underside of the new Everkeep sofas, they have this very thin neon kind of light that kind of protrudes out from the bottom here. And a lot of designers have layered this together to kind of create kind of like custom ring patterns. I know Noah had that in his Glimmerglade venue when he debuted. It was at the top of the chandelier. It was just a thin enough ring of light that made you kind of like your eyes stuck to it right away. Same thing here. This kind of creates that kind of glass look because there's not really that many reflection physics in 14. Like there's probably like there's almost like no reflection physics. But I think that's what they're trying to go for here, because like technically in real life, if there was like some kind of like neon, like, you know, like very like vibrant LED lighting paired next to water, usually you get kind of a glass effect, how like the rainbow pattern bounces off of the top of the water. You usually see some kind of thin glass effect. So I think that's what she was going for here. Like that's how I view it anyways, because that's how it would be in real life. So I think that could be why she put it there. Maybe I'm overthinking this. It could just be because they're like the two newer items, right? And she's using the newer items now. But that's basically how it would be. Like that's how you'd get that glass effect in real life. So that's pretty awesome already. And it makes it a bit more modern, right? Like when you're thinking of luxury homes or luxury villas, you're not looking just for the bare minimum, like random wooden bench. You want like some crazy ass like Everkeep like marble bench, right, with like these crazy lights on it. And then you got like the crazy like Cosmo table here. It's a lot more eccentric. It looks a lot more luxurious, a lot more high end. You know, you don't want like a regular table with like a regular like base. You want this like crazy like star base, right? It just makes it a lot like more impressive. I like cheap. Yeah, I like cheap too, but when it comes to these villas, like they want to be like extravagant, so you're trying to draw people into actually staying at them, right? But this is so good. Like I don't know how to explain it. I really like Poise builds. Like this might not be the cup of tea for everyone. Like, I totally get a lot of people. I see the majority of people in housing, they really appreciate modern, like the intricate details and the very like use minimalist style, using as small as item as possible, as close as items together, one floor builds, you know. But Poi really like kind of challenges that, and that's why I like her designs, because like she's not really quite making a house. She's making more of like a, I don't know how to explain it, like a model space, kind of like where she's kind of experimenting with like the limits of like verticality, and how like you can actually make very like custom like large like ballroom kind of style areas, or like lobby areas where you can kind of like test the waters on like how you would actually combine certain items together to kind of create more like grandiose, kind of like epic, like kind of like conservatory slash ballroom, like amphitheater kind of style housing. This would be very useful in a lot of houses that would use kind of like a main central point, like let's say like a venue, for example. I think in order to actually understand how to design like really good like nightclub venues per se, kind of like what Noah does, right? Kind of like the things that Teague does. You pretty much have to understand like structurally how things actually layer together in an efficient manner. So like, I mean, if Poi ever watches this, I mean, I know I'm gonna tag her in this, but like, and I guess if she can speak English too, I guess like maybe she can use an auto translate function. But like, I would really love you, Poi, to try to do like a nightclub style, because I think with your expertise on structural modernism, I think that you're able to make something very, very immersive as in the nightclubs to do. A nightclub or like a ballroom or that kind of thing, that would be really sick. I think she's made a ballroom already, so yeah, I'd be very, very impressed as to see, or like a cathedral, you know, those Heavensward cathedrals. I always wanted to make that, like the one in Heavensward, you know, like part of the Dark Knight quest, but like I don't have the capability to do that. I don't think like that from the macro point of view, the structural point of view. I can't really make buildings like that. It takes a different kind of brain, and unfortunately for me, I don't have it, but for her, she definitely has it. Like people like her, people like Teague, people like Noah, they're exceptionally good at these kind of structural designs that like, ooh, like if Poi made a venue design, oh my god, like it would be insane. Like look at the ceiling here, like what the heck, this is like what? Who even thinks of this? Like, who even thinks to put like float verdant partitions all the way to the top, right? This is like the middle part of the large, right? Like where that hole is, like where the see how like I'm trying to show you here. See how you see just the railing here? This is the railing right above the entrance here that goes all the way across, and she pretty much used the main hole here in the middle to make this like crazy ass like look at this. It's like a huge ass like hole in the middle, but it's like what? She's got like a wind turbine up there like spinning, like the chandelier. And she's got like all these are all like those Dontrell beds all put together. That's how you get this circular pattern here. These are all beds literally strategically lined up. And it's just like, what the heck? Like, who even thinks of how to do this? These are all those bed scroll partitions. Remember the ones you saw in the previous build with KH? This is the bottom of the bed scroll partition, see? But see how there's that, like, very, very faint line here? This is the railing, right? That's the railing of the staircase. And, like, she literally has it all covered as if it's just one huge-ass, like, lobby area. And there's no, like, railings anywhere. Like, that's the crazy part. Like, you don't even know, like, you can barely see it. If you really look closely, you can see the railings, like, here. But if you're just looking at it, if you just, like, walk in, like, you're thinking, oh my god, like, what the heck? This is a crazy, like, stadium, like, inside here. See, if you look over here off to the side, she didn't really care to really cover this spot up, probably because of, like, item slot efficiency. But see how you can see, like, the side of the railing there for the upper floor? But if you were just like walk in, right? Like let's say I teleport to the front door, right? Like you're literally just porting in. Like look at this. Like you're porting in, right? You're not gonna look at the side. You're just gonna be like, what the heck is this? Like, I'm already speechless. And like look how she hid this. You can clearly see that this is the large staircase going up into the middle here. But like it doesn't matter because like it literally looks like it's part of the build, right? Like it just looks like it's like a huge staircase going up here so you can look at like the scrolls and the books or whatever, right? Like it's insane. And then you got like, you know, kind of like the bar area with the coffee, you know, there might be someone standing here, right? Like, you got the guest sign-in area, right? Like, it literally just looks like it's part of the build. It looks like it's part of the villa. It doesn't even look like it's just like an odd staircase just hanging around there. And like, look at, like, nobody's done this before ever. I guarantee you, no designer has done this yet. Having these like candles floated where the display cases are and use them as custom lamps. That's crazy. KitKat says the Lamporite gave me a jump scare. What's the Lamporite? The Laporite. What is that? Is that a new housing item? The Laporite? Yeah, this is crazy. Oh, I love this. Using the Sildan chairs. These are so expensive. They're like 10 million each. These chairs. Ooh, look at that. She's even got the symmetricality from the middle there, but she had like a mini Phasmoscape here instead. Look at that. That's beautiful. Wow, even with the natural lighting going through the windows here. She purposely put these curved, you know, the marble screens all the way up to the very edge of the house, so you could have like the sunlight just peering into there as if you're looking into the like the sky from the resort, right? It literally just looks like, you know, it's like a whole clear sky with the sun coming in. That's a cool detail to add. And instead of completely blocking it off and maybe putting a stage panel there so the light couldn't go through, she completely forced the marble screening right to the edge of the window so that light could actually come in. Wow. I don't even know where to take the picture here. Like, there's just like a very, very beautiful build. I kind of want to take like, look at that, but I think she's already kind of put pictures there. Maybe here? Like a wave or something. This is so cool. KitKat says, love the docks to the other sections of the build. Yeah, pretty much. It's pretty crazy. Like, it's just like, it literally is just like one villa, and you would never suspect this is literally in like the lobby of a large. Like, it doesn't even look like you're there. It looks like you're in like an extra large build with like, there's like literally no bounds to the sides of it. It literally looks like just one villa in the middle. See here? And just like all sky all the way around. It just looks like it just keeps going. Like, that's how big it looks. Like, it's crazy. Oh my god. How can I get this look? It's pretty insane. I want to show up as much as the build as I can, you know? Oh my god, I'm just thinking, is this an elevator right here? I'm in G-pose right now, but is this an elevator right here? This looks like one right here, where the Atlas thing is. I'm gonna have to check, but I'm gonna take this picture here for now. That's crazy. Wow. Alright, that shows off a lot of build. That's good. Let's see if that's an elevator, though. That's so crazy. Let's see. Don't tell me this is a secret thing, man. I'm gonna be... Come on. What? Wait, what? Oh, you can get to the top here. Whoa. Whoa, that's cool. Oh, there's like seating areas here. What the heck? Oh man, this is like a secret. Oh, this is so cool. Look at that. You're like looking down into... Oh, wow. That is sick. Can you doze here, I wonder? You can... Oh no. I think this is so cursed. I'm doze sitting on top of this bench slash bed thing. This is so cute though. Look at that. I don't look like I'm comfortable at all though. My head's resting on the wooden part and my legs are just like straight out. This is so cool. Maybe I can sleep on this one maybe. There we go. I can sleep. That would be so cool. Can you imagine sleeping up here? That would be so cool. Oh my god. Don't tell me you can fall through this. No, you can't. It won't let you fall through. Well, kind of. And kind of get into it, see? I fell through a bit, but not quite. That's so cool. Oh, don't jump too high or else you're gonna get hit. My sprig in yours are gonna get cut if I jump too high. I haven't got cut yet. Okay, there we go. That is so cool. I kinda wanna take an aerial view here, like do a joy or something, you know? I think that would be cool. Goodbye. Or no, wave. Wave is better. There we go. I drag it out a bit. Oh, there we go. I can get more of it here. I'll do goodbye instead though. Or lookout. Lookout might be better. I think I'm gonna move it over though so you can kind of see more of the build there. Like that. Maybe right there. I think that's a better spot right here. And then we'll do the GPOs from here. Alright, let's see. That's so neat. Alright, that's a couple good screenshots, okay. Oh shoot. Tanu Kitty, hey, welcome back. Welcome back to the stream. I admire the heck out of this build. Very well thought out and executed with nary an imperfect blunder of alignment. Truly a masterpiece. Yeah, I thought the same thing, Tanu. It's not, like I said, it's not quite like the typical intricacy that you see in modern builds, but it's structurally very, very well composed. Like, she's known to make these kind of builds. Like, if you really want to see more stuff, highly, highly recommend checking out Poi. Let me see if I can bring her Twitter up here. She has a housing snap in an XIV studio as well, but oh, here it is. Oh yeah, she does. Here it is. Poi F of 14. There we go. You can go to her X there, and she has quite a number of builds. And yes, she does have an Eden work page that you can go to as well. But yeah, it's crazy. Hi, ISO. Hope your day is going. It is going fantastic. I only had a half day today, actually. I just worked the morning. I've been working quite a bit, so it was really nice to be afforded this bit of time off before tomorrow. So I decided to do a little stream here. Unfortunately, Alora couldn't be here. She's working right now, but so I'm just doing a little kind of solo tour. She just said, "Yeah, just go on ahead." She didn't. She was busy, so you know, I just went ahead and did the stream. Oh wait, there is a book there. Okay, there it is. Can I? Oh, I can leave a message. Nice. This is amazing. Nice. Tanu says they control the space and transport the viewer to another reflection. I swear. Hey, that's what I'm thinking too. It literally is that. Like, as I mentioned earlier, it's like when you're walking in here, it's not. You're not really walking into a large. You're walking into like another dimension, basically. Like, see, I teleport to the front. Boom, you look there. It's like, what? Like, what? It just looks like it just goes on forever. The water and the sky there. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, it's like, it's nuts. But, yeah, enough with this one, though. I did quite analyze this quite a bit, so we're gonna have to move on to the next one. We still have a few builds up. We have I believe, like 1 or 2 more on JP, and then we have a couple on NA. So if you guys have, like, an NA character, like, I know a lot of you guys, especially the ones watching now, like, you're probably watching from work, or you're just coming home from work. But yeah, the last couple of builds are NA, so at least you get to join in on a couple of them. What's the next one, though? Let's see. Oh, this one's still in Meteor. It's on Shinryu. It's by Hayu. It's called Timeless. Let's just head on over there. I'm gonna put the stills up, and we're gonna go right over to Shinryu there. So I'm just gonna teleport back to the mist and then kind of head over, and then go to Shinryu and go to Imperium. So this one here, I will post the address. It's called Timeless by Hayu. And they tend to do modern designs, so this one's pretty classy. It's up their alley, but they've never done classic before though, so I'm kind of really excited to see what they do with this. Let's go to Shinryu. And if I didn't already say this already, thanks for the resubscribe virus. I really appreciate it, and I know you're lurking and you got quite a lot of patience, so thanks for stopping by. Okay. Shinryu, yep, so we gotta go to Imperium. And if you guys didn't already know this, all of the beautiful screenshots are taken by my partner in crime, Alora Danon, who is not here because she's working. But yeah, she took all of our stream photos for us, and you can see all of those stream photos posted in our Discord. Okay. 2232. Oh, there it is. Perfect. Oops. Oh, it's that build. Oh, it's the medium plot. Okay. My favorite plot in the game, almost. Plot 2, plot 32 in Imperium. Let's head on inside, and I'll take the stills down once I get in and confirm it's the house. Oh, thank God I didn't take the stills down yet. I went to Ward 2. Oh my god. I was like, where did the house go? It was literally just posted. There's no way he would tear down that quickly. Oh jeez, I got a bit of a scare there. Okay. Okay, that it is his private house. That's what I thought. Okay. That's crazy. Alright, so let's head on over. Oh yeah, this is the one. Nice. Let's take those stills down. There it is. So this one's called Timeless, so it's, from what he described, it's more of like a classic interior vintage look. And like I said, he's never done this style before, so it is quite interesting that he did go for this. He usually does a lot of modern style or a lot of modern floors kind of style, but this is, I mean, he does kind of have some flowers in it, kind of some warm touches, but overall this is a relatively new style for him, so it actually is quite nice to see this. Okay, so the rail and slides for the entrance here. Okay. Oh, just leaving the Imperium wall. You know, the Imperium door is actually quite vintage. You didn't have to change a thing. That's the good part about it. You save on a lot of slots here. Okay, the grade 2 picture frame. Okay, with the glade. Oh, this is cool. Look at this. That's 2 glade lamps put together. Normally, the glade lamp would just have like 4 lines here, but he put another one on a 45-degree angle, so it looks like it's like an octagon, but it's actually just 2 squares put together. So that's really cool. That's a nice touch there. Nice. I like this kind of shelf partition that he made. This is multiple shelves combined. And got a little side table here just for the bottom. Below the... Oh, that's cool. That's nice. And then it looks like 2 rail and slide partitions here. And another rail and slide to seal off the little hole here. So it's basically like these partitions here, but put on the sides here as like pillars. Oh, well, look at the ceiling though. Hang on a second. Oh, these are the bottom edges of the rail and slide partitions right here. See this rail and slide partition here? It's the bottom of this as the 2 trims here. So this is on one level, this is on another level. And then you got the white partitions here as the crown molding. And then just like the basic carpet rug up here. That's cool. You got like 3 different steps there. Okay. Okay, this is a classic look right there. Do you see that? This is a classic look that a lot of designers used to do in Shadowbringers and Endwalker. You got the plates floated up to the top, and then you've got these little lamps hanging from them. You can pretty much substitute these lamps with anything. These are I believe these are the lamps that, like the vendor lamp, the lanterns that you get from the Shadowbringers Fates. If you use the bicolor gemstones, you can get these ones, and they just dyed them gold, basically. But a lot of designers back then, when they used to do these kind of classic builds, they just basically float these, like this set of plates up there. And then they'd put like whatever custom lamp they wanted as almost like a custom little bulb that you screwed onto the bottom of the plates there. But in this case, they just went with the classic, let's just screw on the bicolor gemstone lamps to make the custom chandeliers. But not just one, he has 2 custom chandeliers here. I think part of this was not just to create more lighting, because he doesn't really have lighting kind of around here. Like, it's very faint lighting with the lamps and the candles. But I think the reason why he intentionally put 2 of them here is because, unfortunately, the texture glitching and the layering, when you put white partitions together, it creates a lot of texture glitching, like right in this middle cross here. So he wants to put some kind of central statement piece on both of these axes, so it completely like obscure the cross there, because there's a lot of glitching going on, but like you can't see it because it's blinded by the light. But there's a lot of texture glitching between white partitions. Like, you can even tell when you look really closely here. See how you can see the seams? This is one white partition, right? And there's another one here. See how you can clearly see these lines here? on the white partitions. Think about that, but you have 4 intersecting ones here right in the middle. You'll typically get a lot of flickering here. So he basically put these just to cover that up, but also to provide a lot more lighting for this top part here. So it's just dual purpose effect. It does look really nice though, like to have all wood and then all of a sudden he has like metal up here. That's a really nice touch. And then to kind of put like the sides of these royal like partitions here is turned to the side. These are like the sides of those partitions. It just creates a more classic look, and it kind of goes with like the rest of the gold theme that you see up here as well, to kind of draw your eyes towards the central part here, which is the fireplace. So yeah, this is like a really picturesque scene, this whole square right here. It's perfect for people who want to like take G poses or take a very like classic, timeless like poses here. It's almost like a meeting room per se. Like, it's pretty awesome. Let's see. Laura says, "What is this with the default music?" Yeah, I know. Hayu, come on. I'm pretty sure Hayu has an orchestrion here too. I'm pretty sure I saw one, but I don't know. Maybe it's the client, but it is his own house, so it's got to be him. What else here? Oh, that's a cute idea. Up here, do you see up here on these corners here? That's the old Charlian desk. It's like those. If you guys have played up to Endwalker, like in the Endwalker Inn in Old Charlian, you know those desks with all the books on it. These are that desk, but it's turned to the side. So that desk is pretty. These two desks are pretty much behind the wall, and they only show a bit of the side of it. And it's almost like a custom like top of a shelf that they made here out of that. That's really, really cool. What place is this? This is Hayu's place. It's timeless. I just posted it. I'll post it again so you can see it. But it's on Meteor. It's one of the Shinryu designers. But yeah, like really, really nice stuff. It's a really nice like change from modernism. Like I said, it's very classic. It's very vintage style. It's like the older kind of like 1800 kind of style look. I mean, it's really sad because Victorian style is so influential to a lot of the housing styles you see IRL these days. Like, yes, I know that most homes these days are very modern. They want to go for the kind of like the more black and white tones, you know, completely clean aesthetics, very minimalistic. But there's a lot to be said about people who enjoy Victorian homes. I'm one of them. Like, I live in a Victorian home, and you just can't beat that like old classic timeless architecture. Like, yes, you can have a very probably a more structurally sound house with like the newer, composite materials that houses have in real life nowadays. But you don't get the same kind of warm feeling that you get in like these kind of homes like you see with Hayu's build, right? Like, in a Victorian home, it just feels so much warmer with like the warm, like, instead of crown molding, it's like you've got like the wooden trims, right? The wooden fireplace, the wooden mantle, you know, kind of like stone kind of pillars. You got the floorboards, right? Like a lot of the lamps in the house are like, we still got the warm lighting. Yes, it does consume more power, but like it feels more homey than having like bright like LED lights you'd see like in a classroom or like an office building, right? Like it's very sterile. Like, I know a lot of people, especially like I guess younger families who are moving into new homes, they like want like that new, like, I just don't like it. It's just so yeah, it's sterile. It's not very warm or friendly. It just feels like you're kind of like living in a dungeon almost. So I think because of that, there have been a lot of, in the housing market, there have been a lot of, because I used to be in interior design and stuff, so like I know about this stuff. There has been a lot of like pushback on that. Like, people are tending to, and for housing prices too, because it's goddamn expensive out there. Like, people are tending to kind of like go more towards the traditional nowadays. Like, you know, you save a lot of money going to an older house. You just have to renovate it, right? But now people are doing that like in between style where they're kind of like turning industrial spaces into living spaces, kind of like those like New York loft kind of looks, right? It's a bit more grungy, but like they're stepping, people, I'm so glad this is happening. People are starting to step away from like the very modern like black and white kind of housing. But this is what I like about this build, because it's a very transitionary piece as well, much like we saw with KH Housing, how they made Shabby Chic, right? It's not quite one theme. Yes, he did state this was a classic interior design. It's one of his first ones. But at the same time, it does still have some kind of modernism to them, especially with the white partitions up here and like the steel plates that you wouldn't normally see in these kind of builds. So like I'm glad like that people are kind of trying to branch out to multi-styles, because it's just way, you just learn a lot more, and you can kind of see as like newer designers or as designers who want to improve their skill, you get to actually see more of how one would approach things if you were to use different items. Like when you just have singular themes like just minimalism or like just GPO studio or like just forest, just garden, like you can't really see how people actually layer things together. But when you see these like partial themes, you can kind of break down in your head like how they actually fit together. Like for example, like there really isn't too much complex mechanical layer going on here. Like yes, the ceiling, there are a few things where it's like, okay, he made multiple layers. Like this is one rail inside, this is a second rail inside, this is one more. So there's like 4 layers right here, right, going all the way around. Yeah, right, like there's some intricacy in the crown molding, right? But when it comes to like very physical things, like this fireplace for example, it's really not that layered. Like there's 2 sides of royal partitions on both sides here, right? One here, one here. You've got the old Charlian fireplace right here, and then you got this shelf here that's kind of covering the middle part. This is to break the transition line between the old fireplace and this marble wall here. I think it's the back of the Cosmic Kitchen actually, the flat surface, but this is just to create the mantle look and to break the 2 walls here. And then you just got a couple of like the manor chairs or the manor tables on the sides here to kind of create that crown here. And then you just have like another like Riviera cupboard up here just for the top here. So it's really not that much layering. Like it's quite simple, but it still offers that kind of like modern / classic look that people are looking for in this kind of build. So you can kind of like see, like this is what I'm saying, you can kind of like learn, like when it's not too complex the layering, it's much easier to learn how to actually like pair different items together. So yeah, it's just really like neat to have this kind of thing. But oh my god, look at this garden. Nice. I love how he used 4 vault rib partitions here. These are kind of like the arches that I did. I wonder if you got the inspiration from my build with the whole living memory partitions, like to create this diamond kind of look. I might have to show you guys there after at the end of the stream, just so you can kind of see what I mean. Because my builds aren't quite one style either when it comes to them. So, and I'll probably get my butt moving to make another build. Seriously. It's been like pretty much a year. Like it's been over a year now since I made my last build. So, yeah. Really, really, really nicely well done. And yeah, again, I love the natural door that he used here. Like that's just the natural Imperium door, and it looks classic as ever. So good saving on item slots there. Okay. What's back here though? Oh, I like when they do this. He just has the imitation wooden door here. It's almost like you're imagining that it goes into like a back door area, like a back garden area. So it kind of like goes into there, and it's kind of like you can imagine that it's behind this like front space here, or it's either a garden area or this is kind of going into like a kitchen space or like a dining room area that's kind of behind, or like a bedroom area. See how this is like the front area? This might just go into a bedroom or a staircase that leads up to another floor. So that's always really nice when they have that kind of thing going on like that. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I assume that's the staircase going to the bedrooms, but see what I mean? So super nice. Super nice stuff. Oh, 420. I'm not going to change that. I usually don't put likes or hearts on the books, but I'm definitely not going to change this. It's at 420 right now. Alora says I had to step away, so guess my phone isn't showing me what posted since I stepped out. It's very cute. Gosh darn, no, sorry. Tanner says, how do you go about choosing a theme? Well, I think I probably think differently than a lot of the designers out there. For me, I always start my theme with my music. That's why Laura and I, we always get on people for not having orchestrions in their homes, because a lot of what immersion comes down to, and a lot of what the themes come down to, is how your music is going to affect the overall atmosphere of your build. Like, for instance, like this build, like the default music does not do this build justice. Like, if you had some more like royal music, like maybe from like, I don't know, like Final Fantasy 12, or like the Stormblood raids, right? Or like some like crazy like old Charlian music, like it would just fit a lot more. Like you would feel like you're in that kind of classic time zone. Right now with like this, it just seems like it kind of cheapens the build a bit, because you have like the random like district music, and then you have this like really beautiful home, right? So like how I always decide on a theme is like, just I pick a song in the orchestrion, and I kind of try to think about from there how to go about it. Like, let's say for example, like let's say I pick like a very slow, like emotional song, right? Like let's say I pick one of the like for example, Heaven's Word, the dragon song, right? The ending song, like the whole like opera singing song. If I pick that, then I might think, okay, maybe I'll do some like very sad, dark concept, right? Something that brings out like dark emotions. It doesn't necessarily have to be something Heaven's Word aligned. Like it doesn't have to be like the gothic kind of like Heaven's Word look, but it could just be like a very dark, sad concept, like a very melancholy kind of concept that you kind of want to like do from that music. I think it's much harder to think of the theme and then put on the music, because the music a lot of times is what like propels you to think about what to put in the build. That's how I think, at least. And I know Laura kind of thinks like that as well. Like, we're just kind of different in that sense on how we approach things. But I know some other people too, like they might just like look at reference pages or like a mood board. Like I know like our good friend No Saitoshi, who's he designs a lot of homes, and he's a DJ as well, like a 14 DJ. Like him, for example, he thinks completely differently from us. He basically just looks up a bunch of reference images for like, and he puts them on like a mood board. It's kind of like a mood board is kind of like a planning board where you kind of like slap a bunch of images on it. It's almost like a collage, and then you kind of like, from that board of images, you kind of like feel as to like what theme you kind of want to go towards. And some people are better at doing that, like taking realistic modern images, like actual like photographs of actual homes, and then build from there on like what you should do. But for me, I like to start with the orchestrion, because I'm very lore focused. I start with the orchestrion, and then I kind of like from there like see how the music kind of flows, and then from there choose a theme. And then from there I can kind of start like narrowing down, like, okay, so it's dark melancholy music. What kind of dark melancholy do I want? Do I want to go the gothic style, or do I want to go like the industrial style, where it's like very, very dark, like a Nier style, right? A Nier style, like industrial factory partitions, or do I want to go gothic and go for stone, right? And then once you pick your song, you pick your theme, then you pick the textures that you have, whether it be wood, stone, metal, what have you. And then you can kind of like start slowly narrowing it down, and then narrowing down your list of items that you would actually use. I'd say a really good website for if you're trying to look at a visual, because I know the lodestone kind of sucks for this, because you have to search individual items, and the menu category is just like so bad. If you really want like a good site where you can kind of like look at like all of the housing items on the fly, like all the images with them as well, a really good site that a lot of people use, and I've used a lot in the past, is en.ff14housing.com. If you click on that one, I think there's some ads nowadays, but like pretty much every time a new patch comes out, they update it pretty regularly. But it splits between like furnishing, chairs, beds, external, interior. Like it has them all on the drop down menu on the left, and then you can kind of like pick through, like visually see what could work in your build. And that's a really good way to like kind of like make a list, like a visual guide on like what you can or can't use. And it also tells you in the picture and in the description if it's dyeable or not. And that's extremely useful compared to like the lodestone and the housing preview menu that you usually have in the game. It's just way easier to have one web page than flip back and forth between like multiple sites. So that's a really good housing resource to use. But yeah, I don't know if that answers your question or not, but like there's like all sorts of ways that you can narrow down a theme. It just depends like how like you learn. Like you can either go for a mood board, you can do what I do and start with the music first. You can do what other people do and draw like a floor plan as to like what items you could possibly do. Like I know Nakota does that, Daney does that, like some of the Western designers, they build like a floor plan first, and then from there they kind of think, okay, like what can I actually put here? Like what could actually fit here? And then from there, like they would design like kind of like the theme and stuff like that. So it really just depends on like how you want to go. I would highly suggest like if you're, especially if you're like a newer designer or you haven't really designed that much, I would highly suggest like starting in a smaller space. So if you start like an FC room in an apartment, and kind of like just put items down. Like, it doesn't have to go together. Just put a bunch of items down, see how they fit together, and then from there you can kind of like tell like what themes you might want to do or might want to try. And then like they could always change over time, but at least like seeing them visually in front of you will give you like a better idea on how to like practically make stuff like this. And this guy's been designing for a while, right, Hayu? So like when you see this, you're going like, oh my god, I can never do something like this. But like, it's probably like hundreds and thousands of hours like behind the scenes where he's testing out like 1,000 different build combinations, and like he's built so many builds that like eventually he learned, he built up enough. And that's why I said he doesn't really do this kind of classic vintage style. He does usually modern or forestry builds because that's his thing, right? But like eventually you'll start branching out, and then eventually you'll start like thinking, oh, this could apply in this theme, or that doesn't work in that theme, I won't do that next time, you know? So it's pretty much trial and error until you like find out like what you actually like. And that's how I found out how I actually liked after like that was after like, you know, like many sessions of building. Like I had so many incomplete builds that I've done that like just to like find out what I actually wanted. So yeah, I would just say, I guess the biggest advice is like experiment. Like you'll really never know until you try like practically how to put things together. And you don't have to spend a lot. Just go to like the housing vendor and like, you know, the housing vendor in the apartments, right? The base of the apartment. Just go to one of them, buy some of the basic vendor items and kind of put things down and see what goes and what doesn't. And like, what do you actually like? And from the vendor items, there's actually a lot of the base lighting types are there. So like, you'll have like the glade lighting, which is like the very warm, like yellow, like older traditional style lighting in Victorian homes. And then you've got like kind of like the brighter, like Hanish lighting from like Rata Hunt and Mucker. It's more of the white LED kind of lighting. So when you put lighting like that down, like you can kind of test to see that could also determine the theme too, right? Like you'll like see how there's like warmer lighting for glade, right? This is a warmer, older style home, so of course you'll have warmer yellow lighting. If you're building like an office building or some industrial space, you'll probably have like LED lighting, so it'll be like the Hanish, like white, brighter lighting. So yeah, that's a really good way to learn like the basic lighting styles as well. So like eventually, once like you start putting enough things together, you'll eventually start developing your own themes, and that's how you'll be able to better choose your themes. So that could have been a long-winded explanation, but I want to explain like all like the basic stuff, and I'm sure there's like many ideas floating through a lot of people's heads, and you know, you asking that question could help other people too if I answer the question. So yeah, like there's just a lot of experimentation going when it comes to choosing things. Alora says, well, to be fair, sometimes there are commissions and the owners never choose a song. Yeah, that's the thing, but Hayu is the owner, Alora. This is Hayu's personal house, so he purposely didn't choose anything. And maybe he doesn't have an orchestrion. Maybe that's what it is, but yeah, it looks like he might not have one. So I guess he forgot then, or he ran out of housing item slots, who knows. But yeah, orchestrion is very, very important to set the whole mood and atmosphere of the build. It's night and day. It changes everything on how you actually feel in the build. So anyways, I think I did leave a comment here. I think we're going to NA now, actually. You tried? Yeah. You tried to defend him, but you couldn't because you didn't have one. It's okay. It's still a great home. What are we going now? Oh yes, we're going to NA now for the last two builds. So let me just put the stills up. And we shall head over to Crystal. So this next build is going to be by Finn Belmorn. He is a past Housing Talk guest designer who we've had on the show. We interviewed him last year. I believe it was the last summer we interviewed him, Finn Belmorn. You can check out the VODs in our VODs page below. Just click the beacons.ai/housingtalk link there, and it has all of our socials, all of our past VODs, our Discord server, mine and Alora's separate Twitter/X channels, like our own designer pages. So you can kind of catch up on all of our content there. I'm just going to link it below just in case you can't click the bottom there if you're on mobile maybe. But yeah, just go to the Beacons AI page and then it has like all of our stuff there. But yeah, you can watch like all the VODs are free. You can watch all of our previous designer interviews or housing tours or build concepts. build live build designs that we've made for Housing Talk, the Housing Talk studio, stuff like that. But yeah, let's just head over to Crystal though. Yeah, we're gonna go over to Diablos Imperium Ward 7 plot 26. Oh, I gotta move my tune over there. Thought I already did, but I think I was checking another build on Dynamis, but unfortunately it's locked. We might have to go visit that another time with the actual designer whenever he gets the opportunity to. Let me see. Crystal Diablos. Is it Diablos or Diabolos? I know some people say Diabolos. I mean, I don't know if Virus, you're still lurking here. I know you're from Diablos, so I don't know how you say it. But I call it Diablos. That's how I think it is. But it could be Diabolos. Who knows? I think YOLO's from Diablos too. But I haven't seen YOLO on in a very long time. YOLO's another Lala friend who used to do a lot of housing too. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce it. Ah. Okay. Oh, hey, Anna, thanks for the follow. I didn't see that there till now. Anna dot followed us. Fanny, thanks for the follow. Baka, thanks for the follow. Thanks for following, guys. I don't do it quite as often as before, but I appreciate you guys still coming out for these. Diabolos, let's see. Are any of you guys doing the Moonfire Fair? I know it's the day one right now. I can't really get into it too much. I know they have those fun jump puzzles and stuff, but it's not really my thing. I just like claiming the rewards and maybe using the housing items. I'm not really into those side quest competition stuff. If it's not housing, it's combat for me. So yeah. Let's see. Wonder if it's Finn's personal, if I can just TP right to his house. Oh, he is online. Wait, no, Finn's from Marlborough. So it isn't his house then. Okay, I'm gonna have to go over to Imperium then, yeah. I love the Imperium music so much. What did I say? Oh, 726? Okay, let's see. Okay, this is a commissioned house. Okay, I see. Oh, it's a small. Okay, it's this one right by the middle part here of Imperium. Okay. Just gonna head on and try to make sure it's the right place before I take those stills down. Okay, this is very classic Finn. Okay, I'm gonna take the stills down. Look at that. The classic Finn the sylph pillars right here for the accent. The classic gold windows too. Amazing. This is amazing. See what I mean by theme? Finn has a very, very nice, soft, subtle orchestrion to go with this darker, melancholic build. It's like the old Heaven's Ward music. Like the very slow piano melodic track. Usually played in the Estinian scenes. See how it paired, think about this. Think about Heaven's Ward, right? Think about that soft piano music and look at, doesn't it just create the whole vibe? Like, he's got the very dark, muted wood tones, for the trims, right? He's got the very regal grade 3 picture frame, the very regal log rack here, dyed gold to make the grills of the fireplace. He's got the gold trimming here. It's very like yeah, regal in the sense it's very majestic, like kind of like a Heaven's Ward era, you know, with the knights, you know, the knights, the Templars, you know, stuff like that. Amaric, you know, they're very royal families. Horchafont's family, the Greystone, you know, like it's very much like medieval kind of, right? And then you've got like the very classic gold windows, like the window patterns, almost like the cathedral style that you'd see on Ishgard. And then you got the very traditional like small lampshade lanterns that you'd see on the sides of a lot of those buildings in Imperium and in Ishgard. And then look at this classic thing right here. Right here. This is pretty much the mountain in one of the Heaven's Ward dungeons, where like the dragons go, like Har's Velgar and stuff like that. All of them, they come from here. Nidhogg. It's just those kind of colors, those kind of brownish yellow gold tints that are kind of muted together on top of the music, right? So it's like, that's why I always say first, like, to me, it's like, it almost starts with the music first, and then you can kind of decide how your overall vibe will be, like what actual items you actually have. And then from there, you can set the theme. So that's pretty much what I think he did here. Because I know in his, like, pretty much all of his builds have, like, very, very nice orchestrions that pair with whatever theme he has, so. And we did find that on the tour too when we interviewed him, so yeah, he does think kind of like that as well. But look at, okay. Wow. See what I mean, guys? Right here? It's not quite a full staircase, right? It's an impartial staircase, like half level that you find in bungalows. Code did this. KH Housing did this in her shabby chic build, right? Osakana did this in her nautical build with the aquarium. She did a semi-impartial staircase that's a vaulted step up, but it's not quite an additional level. So that's why I'm saying it kind of adds a bit more dynamic and contrast when you have like multi kind of half levels, and it makes the room a lot bigger than it actually is. Like this right here, it's just a small house, but it looks almost like a medium because of like the different like verticality changes that are like half steps and they're not quite full steps, and they're done on an angle too, so it looks like it's much larger than it actually is. Like the square footage looks a lot more open. Oh, hang on, we got a person here. Wait, hang on. Clue XIV music. Is that what it is? I'm a FF14 housing designer. Oh, cool. Do you like? Are you like a newer designer? Have you designed for a while? Are you like a casual designer? Do you do studio? Like what kind of themes do you do? Studios, modern? I just like visiting builds these days. I don't really build anymore, so. But it's nice to see all this newer inspiration. And Finn's been around for quite a number of years too. Like, he does do his own commissions. I believe he has his commissions closed at the moment. But yeah, you go to his page, you can check out his Housing Snap, his Studio XIV. He has an Eden Work page. And then he has a card as well that he does pretty much most of his commissions off of. And you can see a lot of the pictures for his houses. But I really like Finn's style. He's always been like one of my favorite designers like ever, and this is before I even met him. Like I was just like, oh my god, like one day when I meet this guy. And then when Laura and I did meet him, we did have him on the show. He was a lot nicer than I thought. Like I didn't think he wasn't gonna be nice, but in my head we always get the idea. It's like, oh my god, like is this person just gonna be some like really egotistical like hardcore designer who's like gonna like, you know, not take us seriously or whatever. But like he ended up being like one of the nicest like designers that I've ever met. And he's been on the stream a couple more times after that and helped us with other stuff. So it's been really like a blessed experience to like interview as many designers that we've had. Like we've had like 40 designers on the show. So like it's saying something. Like I think people really love coming back to our show. Like we haven't really done a designer interview in a very long time. And it's more so because of our IRL schedules. We're extremely busy. Yeah, I'd love to do one eventually this year, you know, soon. Like we just need to find the time for it, and try to get someone else on, some newer blood maybe. But yeah, it's just really nice to see that people like Finn are still going at it after all these years, and they're still making exceptionally well-rounded houses and showing off their unique style and showing off how to pair different items together. X Clue says, since 2019 modern mostly, I do personal designs and venue designs. Oh, cool. You know, funny that you mentioned venue designs. Like, I do personal designs too. Like, I've never done commissions. Like, my co-host Alora, same thing. I mean, she's done commissions in the past, but we basically do personal builds for ourselves. We just don't like to have like a boss telling us what to build and stuff. But in terms of venue designs, I was offered a venue commission a couple times, but I turned them down because I'm just not really. I don't really build like that. I don't. I've never built a venue, and not just that. I personally only like really building for myself. It is really depending on how I feel about it. That's why I talked to when I was answering Tanu's question earlier. It is really about the music and the story behind it. It's a very personal thing to me. I can't really build based off of like other people's, I guess, like criteria. It's just not me. So I ended up passing a couple of those venue commission designs off to other friends of mine or people who I thought would do an exceptional job and actually enjoy it. I for one would not enjoy doing like commissions, so like I just turned them down. Even though, you know, a couple of the people were like, you know, like pretty good friends, but it's just I just knew that I wasn't going to put my heart and soul into it, and I don't want to do like a half-assed job for someone, especially if it's like a friend, right? So like I just suggested them to go to other people because I know they would actually enjoy it and take a lot more care into it. That being said, I wouldn't be against doing venue designs because I've had a couple of people in the nightlife scene who have asked me if I ever would do a venue, and I guess short answer, no, because like I said, I don't really like, it has to be a build that I want to do and want to like go into. Like, I don't really want to have like a venue kind of, but like I would consider it, you know, if it was for something. But if it was for myself, probably not. But if it was for some like special like event or like some like greater cause, or like a friend really wanted a venue for their house or whatever, then yeah, I would probably do it. But yeah, that's why I say short answer no, but I could be I could consider it depending on what kind of theme it is too. X Clue says, I only design when I have free reign. I like designing for myself. Yeah, I'm the same way. Yeah, it pretty much is that, because like Alora and I have talked about, like my co-host, like we've talked about this like quite a bit. It's like because like there's a lot of stuff where it's like a client will ask for like an X amount of questions, right? And let's say like 3 out of the 4 ideas are like amazing and you can make it work, right? But you'll have that one idea or that one criteria where it doesn't quite fit in the overall like build, right? And like we could think of like 70 other different possibilities that could be better to replace that one point that we can't fit in, right? But because it's the client, like they want it, so like you pretty much have to do it, right? And like, I mean, there's a reason why clients ask to get things commissioned, because a lot of times they can't do it themselves or they don't have time or something, right? So like in those cases, it's kind of tricky for me, because it's like I don't really want to like say like, no, like we shouldn't do it this way, we should do it this way, because it just makes more sense, right? But you can't really like say no, right? Because like they want it done that way, and like, but if you find like a better way to do it and you can't really do it, it's kind of like going against like my whole love of building. I don't really want to be limited to like what somebody else wants. Like, I just don't really see the point in that. Like, art is an expressive form. It's like I don't think your expression should be limited to like someone else's criteria. So like that's why like I wouldn't take any commissions. I just like to build personally, because I can kind of set and dictate what criteria I actually want, and if I don't want it at the last minute, I'll just change it. I don't have to like go through anyone. I don't have to ask like, oh, is it okay if I change this one little part so I can fit in this other thing? I can just remove it and then just like do it myself, right? And I don't have to worry about like asking anyone for permission. So yeah, it's just, I definitely don't do commissions. Like some people have asked me for commissions. Don't get me wrong, they've asked me, but I just say no. Like I don't want to lead them on. I'm not going to do any commissions anytime soon. Probably never. So Xclu says sometimes you have to explain to owners that housing doesn't. Yes, exactly. Like there's a lot of people. Well, I'm not sure so much nowadays because maybe people have seen more housing. But I remember back then when I first started, like people would be like, "Why are you not using like all 3 floors in a large?" I'm like, "Oh, let me tell you." It's like, why aren't you using all the space? It's like, because it's not needed. Like, especially if you're building like minimalism builds or like modern builds, you're not going to use all 3 floors. You're going to use a very small portion of like the first floor or whatever, right? But you're going to make it very, very detailed within that small square footage, right? So it's like, I mean, some designs you might have multiple floors, but in general, I find it's like just let the designer do their own layout. Like if, like, I just feel like the demands don't match the reality, right? Like, and that's why they're getting a commission. That's why it's so hard, because like they don't quite know what the limits are, right? But I feel that sometimes people can kind of get a bit crazy about it. Like, no, I want this, I want that. It's like, well, you can't have that, like life's not always perfect. And I think, I know this is a fantasy game, and I know that like it's all for fun and stuff, but like sometimes people just need to really stop and think about what they're actually asking. And I think, because I feel like I've run into so many of those kinds of people that don't really like look outside of themselves, I would not do commissions. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, I just wouldn't do it. I don't want to go like ring around the rosy and like talk about all the what ifs, because like I know what the what ifs are, and I know them definitely on what I can or can't do. So yeah, it's definitely like not for everyone, and it doesn't have to be for everyone. Like Housing Talk, it's all about just free expression. Like there's people we've interviewed who done many commissions, like hundreds of commissions. There's people that have done not a single one, right? There's just like, you can have your own little project studio. You can have like, multiple rooms in an FC house, right? Do a little fish, like aquarium kind of theme, or you can do like a horror theme, or, do kind of like a chapters kind of, thing. And like some people just build for fun, and that's it. Like that's what it should be about. It should just be for fun. Like it should never be on someone else's agenda or criteria. So like, that's why we always like, encourage people to just like do what they want, because like there's literally no point to like limit yourself to certain styles. Like it's much better just to try and then just like go with it, like whatever you feel is right, basically. Like that's the only way that I feel like you'll actually fully be able to enjoy it without having to respond to like demands, I guess, from other people, especially like non-designers. I've done over 300 designs. I love mixing styles. I tell owners that if I can fit all 600 items in one fold, that I can add a lot of details. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, mixing styles is nice. And that's what a lot of the builds that I showed here are. A lot of them are mixing styles, so. Like, this isn't even quite, I mean, it's just very finesse, like the aesthetic. This is, like, there's a lot of staple pieces that I see here that he's used in previous builds. But it's still always different with him. Like, he always has some kind of change, which is what I like. Like Blackthorn, I mean, I'm not sure what the meaning was behind this one, but I'm guessing it was, like I was saying, a more like deep, melancholic, sad kind of like wooden kind of forestry look. Yeah, and like the music, right? It's got the very soft piano tones. Like it just is literally like a Dark Knight in Ishgard, basically, right? Like you can just tell immediately, boom, immediately as soon as you hear the music, you see the very muted grain patterns. You can immediately tell with the warm lighting too. You got the candle lighting, the glade lighting, the night sky, the waterfall partitions for that kind of dramatic like rainfall effect, and you have it going throughout like all the rest of the windows, and also like the door and the side panel, the door here as well. What I really like here though, this is a really neat touch. This is very typical to Finn, I would say. Like, to have this kind of orb here going across out of this partition back here. This is almost like a little like study area. I really like this classic, this kind of atlas. I think it's like a newer item that they came out in Dawn Trail. It's definitely a lot more vintage. It's not really quite your typical atlas that you see in the previous models. And he's got like the stack of book pile kind of like making it a bit higher than that, so you can kind of like access it as you're sitting here. Yeah, it's kind of almost like an astrologence thing. That's really cool though. The one thing I would say about using this rug here, it's kind of like a translucent rug, right? Can you dye that? I forget if you can or can't. Because sometimes it looks kind of weird in some places. I'm not saying it looks weird here, but I think they can improve on this item quite a bit. If they make another translucent rug, maybe. I'm curious as to what they could do for that. But look at that. That's awesome. Again with the bed and scroll partition, see what I mean? A lot of designers use this bed and scroll partition. The scroll, what is it? Scroll cabinet, I think it's called. It's really, really clean. He used it here and here for the custom window ledges and the custom countertop here. Okay. Oh, I see now. These are separate. Yeah, each step is a separate thing, basically. That's cool. That's so clean. No texture glitching. I'm impressed. It paired perfectly well together. Wow. Nice. Nice, Finn. See what I mean about the textures and the music? You got the deep brass colors with the hint of gold, paired with the very muted brown colors. Dyeing a rug? Oh, yeah. Can you dye this rug up here, Alora? You know the one up here? You know that ghost one you got from the... Which dungeon is it? It's the one Dawn Trail, or the Endwalker dungeon. The stray... No, that's the Dawn Trail dungeon. The Stray Burrow Deadwalk. You know that one ghost, like, rug up here? Can you dye that a different color, or is that just one color? Because it looks, like, not here, but it looks kind of tacky sometimes on other builds. And I wish you could just dye it to make it blend in more with things. Okay, let's see here. No, I don't think so. Oh, that sucks. Because I would personally try to make it white or like black or something to kind of make it blend more with the, like certain partitions. Blue sometimes is kind of off-putting, but he did pair it very well with the blue orb and the Night Phasmascape up there to kind of blend it a bit. Oh. Oh, I love when designers do this. They, make an outdoor building facing across from the building you're looking out from. See how this is, it's almost like the next door neighbor almost, right? Like, is the bedroom, you're looking out towards your neighbor, or maybe even another section of the house, right? But it creates that, like, immersive, like, fantasy where it's like, you don't quite know what's around the build, but you know there's another building there or another space there. But you don't know what's on the other side. So it kind of makes you think, am I in a villa or is this another house beside me? And like having this little immersion, like optical illusion tweaks is kind of what gets designers going, because it's like, oh my God, like I could make you feel like you're like in a whole enclave or you're in a whole palace or you're just like in a single house and nothing's around. That's like similar to what Hayu did when he had that singular imitation door behind the lobby. It makes you feel like there's another part of the house, like it's either a staircase going up to the second floor or it's like a bedroom behind the lobby area. Like you just have to guess in your mind what it is. It's kind of like reading a book. You can't really see it, but the author writes it in a way where you'd like infer what's behind there. And that's what makes like the storytelling aspect in housing very appealing to me, because you're able to like play with kind of like the viewer's perspective and kind of tell your own story how you want it to be told, but also like have their perspective on it as well, like the personal perspective as they go into every build. So like there's always a lot of variability, and that's what makes housing very enticing and very attractive to most people. Let's see. Oh yeah, same thing with here. There's like another building on the other side, like maybe the neighbor or another part of the house. Oh, the whole bay window thing is so cool. Oh, hey, Ali. Sorry I missed you there. How is it? Are you working right now, or you just got off work? I had a short shift this morning. I just had a morning shift at the hospital, and I had the afternoon off, so I decided to do a little housing stream here to kind of show off some August houses. Alora's at work, though, so she's not going to be joining me. Oh, jeez. Yeah, this is really, really nice. Yeah, I love Finn's windows. They're so immaculate. Like, they're always so pristine. It's so sharp, too. Like, like if you like look up really close, sometimes like when you look really close at things that are like just like a pixel away from the actual partition, sometimes you can notice some kind of texture glitching or some kind of like irregularity, like how it's like layered kind of weirdly. But his is always like bang on, like it's literally like you cannot tell that it's another like piece. It just looks like it's literally part of the partition. Like can't tell, there's not a single thing telling me that it's like another piece of the window. But that is like one piece, like it is one frame here that's just peeking in front of the stage panel. But you really can't tell. You just think it's part of the window, right? Like, he's like a master at that kind of stuff. Like the windows, like the door. The doors are like his thing. Like he's, I mean, I don't want to call him the doorman. That sounds really bad. But what I meant is like, Finn excels at that kind of stuff. Like the doors, the windows. Like he does really, he makes very, very sleek concepts. I kind of wish Finn did more break it downs, but I think at the same time he kind of doesn't want to reveal his housing secrets. But he does explain things very well, so I'd be I think a lot of people will be happy, like especially like Ali, like he said, it was very pretty, and like maybe some other people. I know there's a couple of designers who are inspired by Finn that I've seen recently. And yeah, I think it would just be kind of nice to see like how Finn actually approaches it. I mean, we did have him on Housing Talk way back last summer, but it doesn't really do him complete justice. I mean, yeah, we did see a lot of his designs, a lot of variation. He did kind of explain his thought process, but it would be kind of nice to see like a visual guide from him as well to kind of like lay out how he actually approaches the doors and the windows. Because it would be nice to see like a break it down from him to see like what we could possibly do in our builds to kind of make it our own. And to kind of give people the idea on how certain items can actually blend together very well, especially in this modern kind of trajectory market here. Let me see. Ali says, did you go on vacay? I can't remember. Also, I hope you're having a good shift. Alora says, thanks, Ali. Yep, got some more stuff done today, so woohoo, just one more hour to go. Yay. Yeah, we did go on vacation. Alora and I went on vacation actually last month. We went in mid-July. We had about a week off. And she came up to Canada and she visited me, and, you know, like, we had a really good time together. Like, no stream that week, which is all like IRL stuff. And pretty much since then, I've been working like every single day almost. It's been insane because we've had a lot of staff changes. We were training a couple new people, you know, and it's just been like we've had a lot of unfortunately departures from our organization, a lot of management, like a lot of like changeover this summer. It's been really crazy. So I've had to work quite a bit, unfortunately. So that's why I want to get, you know, days off like this, or like, you know, half days. I kind of want to take advantage of it and kind of like do like a little pop-up for you guys to kind of explore some houses, and only do it for a few hours. Like, I'm not doing a crazy long stream, right? It's only going to be for a few hours. So, but yeah, we're pretty much on our second last house right now. We have one more house to go. It's going to be Danny's newest build, which I'm very excited about. It looks absolutely insane. Like, it's another house that's not quite in Danny's wheelhouse of style. Like, I mean, it does have like the Daniness to it, but it's different because it's like a multi-level house. You'll see what I mean. Like, it's not quite what she usually does. To be fair, she has done stuff like that before, but I normally see like most of her designs are like one floor designs with multiple rooms. But I haven't seen a multi-level room one from her a while, since maybe 2024 or 2023 when she did some garden ones. But I'm very excited to see the next one. But yeah, like I said, overall Finn does very, very clean, like foresty kind of builds, like Blackthorn. I mean, he does all like the wooden kind of like Blackthorn, like he has all these like Vine Whip, maybe, I don't know. Vine Whip's a Pokemon move, what am I talking about? But he does a lot of like this kind of like wooden like style builds. It's really he's immaculate at it. He's really good at it. But yeah, is there a book here? Let me see. Yes, there's a book. This is amazing. Oh my god, look at all these people. Look, the amazing lines. Look, everyone's saying it's amazing. They've all caught on to the Housing Talk way. Look, Isa says, stunning build, everything looks so amazing. Mitorat says, amazing build. So chic, I love what you did. This Alera person, amazing design. Mileno, amazing house. Rindessa, just amazing. Like, literally they've all caught on to what we say. Look, Nakoto is here. Amazing place. Nice. See, look, this was Oliver. Amazing. Amazing work, Finn. That's so funny. Now my line doesn't sound as original because now it looks like I'm copying everyone else. But I always say this is amazing, so it's our tagline. Oh my god. Finn says here, books may or may not be cursed. Reader discretion is advised. Wait a second. These books are cursed? What do you have in here, Finn? What did you do? Oh, I get it. It's like a witch's place, isn't it? That's why it's called Blackthorn. I should have put 2 and 2 together. It's like a witch house, isn't it? And they're doing some witchy things here. That's why there's like a summoning circle and like a ritual thing here going on. I should have read that first. I didn't read the description there. But yeah, I guess it's like some kind of like witch slash apothecary slash druid build, I guess. Oh, that's fun. That's fun or terrifying. Okay, so I guess we're on to the last house now. Unfortunately, I cannot reveal the address. I unfortunately can't reveal the address. It is a private house. Danny likes to keep her builds private. So I have to respect the designer's decision on that. I'm sorry, guys. But this next one is called The Book Nook by Danny Love. So I'm just going to put the stills up. We actually have to get out of here, and then we'll have to go over to that build there. But let me just post it here. Yes, Danny Love, The Book Nook. This is the newest build that she posted on her X page, and she posted in our Discord as well. And that's how I kind of got notified. I was like, oh my god, this is such an amazing house. I'm gonna have to go visit this, Danny. Please send me the address, Danny, please. And she like pretty much instantly responded this morning. I had no idea she like instantly responded that quick. That was crazy. Like I literally like sent it at like, I don't know, like 10 this morning. It was like 10:01, like immediately. Boom. That's the address. Oh shit. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, sorry guys, I can't tell you where it is, but at least you'll actually be able to see. Like, I think I'm the first one visiting this, unless Noko visited this before, but I don't think so, because she just posted it, so I'm assuming it's like the newest build, unless she just didn't post it. But yeah, she just posted it like yesterday, I believe. Something like that. Let's see. Oh, there's Finn there. See the picture on the screen? The Pictomancer. That's Finn, the Ellison. That was the guy who designed the last house. The Blackthorn house. What? He is the Ellison. I don't know any other Ellison designers, okay? He's the only one. Or is there another one? I don't even know. I don't remember. Oh, wait, no. Circe's Ellison, right? I forgot. But I haven't seen Circe in person, so I guess I get let off the hook there. Oh yeah, that's when we were doing when we were helping Alora and we were all farming the Asphodelos raids, like the Endwalker level 90 raids, the normal raids. Finn came to help us, like do it unsynced, and he was like basically like a raid leader. He was explaining everything. That's why I said he's good at break it down. So you should do a break it down, Finn, if you got the chance. You'd be able to do it very well. But yeah, like you know, like the whole like my eyes are up here thing. You know, like if someone's staring at a woman's chest, she's like, my eyes are up here. And because Laura's like short and Finn's tall, she's like, my eyes are down here, Finn. Oh, I thought that was so funny. Laura makes the best jokes. I'm still learning on how to make jokes. I need to get good, I guess. But yeah. Wait, where are we going? Oh yeah, I can't say where we're going, but we will be there. We shall be there soon. We're kind of near the right place. I just gotta travel a bit, and then you guys will be able to see the grand reveal of Danny Loves, the Book Nook. I was supposed to visit actually a couple of Nakota's builds today, especially ones that haven't been released yet to the public. But unfortunately, the homeowners had their houses locked, both of them, so I couldn't go. I was like, darn it. God, gosh darn it. I could not see Nakoko's. I said Nakoko, oh my god. Nakota's houses. I have too many friends that have like the Coco name. There's a lot of Lalas with the Coco name. Like Coco Don, you know, Asura Coco, Kokoa Ryoko, like a lot of Coco names. So, yeah. Kokodon, Kokoru. Like, there's a lot of Coco names. A lot less. Let me see. Lot C says, I think I have seen Zidane build. Okay, so I wonder if this was something that Noko may have shown before. I haven't really been, unfortunately, had the time to watch his streams on Monday. I pretty much work like every Monday when he's streaming. Like, he's in EU time, I'm on NA, right? So like I'm pretty much always working. So I can't really even lurk either because like where I am, like I'm in emergency services. Like I cannot even be online, right? So like I just watch the VODs sometimes, but like it's been crazy. So I haven't really been keeping up with Noko stuff really. But yeah, I guess for anyone who hasn't seen it, I think a lot of people here haven't seen it actually. You might be the only ones lot who's seen it, but a lot of our Housing Talk peeps probably hasn't seen it yet, so I'm excited to see it myself though, because I was super excited when I saw it. So let me see. Where was it? Oh, there it is. Head over there. Yep. Lot says I think he did. Yeah. Oh shoot. Well, I guess you can see it again then. That would be good though. I really want to see this. I'm excited now. I did see the build concept photos that she sent, so it's my kind of thing. So I really want to see it. What, Danny? You already saw it? I mean, not Danny. Alora. Oh my god, not Danny. Alora says, "Oh, it's default music," but she said it's because the owner didn't change it, and she listens to them. Yeah, that's no, that's literally what it is. Alora, like Danny literally lets the client choose it, and sometimes the client just leaves it, right? They don't really care. They just want like kind of like the build, right? You visited it last night. That's how you know where the address is? I thought you just asked for it. You said. Oh. Wait, when did you go last night? What the heck? I thought we were playing all last night. How did you leave in between to go? We were literally playing Diablo. I don't understand how you left. That's weird. I didn't know you could open 2 games at the same time on your PS5. That's so cool. Okay, well, let's go to that build anyways. Let's see where it is. Oh, shoot, I'm in the wrong place. I assumed it was this region because a lot of our houses are here. Okay. Cool. Cool. You asked and you visited, but like you must have asked before we logged on to Diablo, right? Because there's no way you could have went. Oh, wow, why didn't you tell me, Alora? I was available. I was just giving you time till 8 p.m. so you could eat dinner and everything. I didn't know you were like already online. I would have went with you. Wow. Well, I guess we can see it now then. I guess it's not too late. Jeez, Alora. Well, I guess that's what I get for streaming alone without you. So I guess we're even now. But yeah, I thought you wanted to come with me today. Well, because that's why I thought like maybe I should start stream later so that you can come with to the Momo build with me, because we both really want to see her Alexander 2 build because it was like insane. Okay. Oh, there it is. I'm sorry this is taking so long, guys. I really find it annoying with data center travel. Hopefully in Evercold, when they have the cross DCPF, they let you just travel to another DC without having to log out. That would be great, guys. The dev team, come on. It's been like 14 years. Come on. We need the cross DC travel. Yeah, that would be great. I saw it on Sunday with you. No, what? The Danny house? What are you talking about? No, you didn't. That was another Danny house. Okay. Let me... Alright. Let me take the stills down now. Yeah, default music, but look at that. That's crazy. Like I said, Danny doesn't typically do these kind of multi-level homes. Like, she has done them in the past. Like, when we had Danny Love on Housing Talk, like, what, like, it's been 2 years now, right? Almost 2 years since we had Danny on. When I was solo on Housing Talk a while back. She did show off some, like, fairy kind of multi-level houses, but it was a lot more, it was a large, I believe. It was crazy big. But this book nook is really, really cool. I never envisioned a book nook with multi-story, like multi-levels. When I think of book nook, I think it's just like a very, very tiny portion of a library or a tiny portion of the home that's just kind of like off to the side, like a hole in the wall kind of thing. But the fact that she made it into like a multi-level, what? This is an actual person? What? I thought this was a mannequin. Who is this? Black Meaty? Are you in the stream right now? They must be here. I don't know who it is. I never look at the viewers, so I don't know who's actually listening or not. I just kind of like stream and do whatever. Lot says, yes, that one is on another level. The window's gobsmacked. Oh, yeah. This is... Okay, well, I don't know if you're watching the stream or not, Black Meaty, but must be a Lalafell house. That's cool. Unless Black Meaty is Danny. I don't know, though. I'm sorry, I don't know who you are. I'm so sorry. Whoever you are, thanks for... I guess this is their house. Ah, that's so cool. Oh, look at this fireplace. What the heck? Danny ate on this fireplace. Look at this. Oh my god, what the heck is this? I've never seen this gold trim right here. This is the bottom of something? What the heck? Wow, I really like this fireplace that she made here. Holy crap. Oh, I see the tip of those, that was the one our Lala friend Jenga on JP made. Jenga Inc. It's those little Hanish chairs you get. I think it's from the vendor. Those very small wooden chairs. And the back tips of them have like these gold like diamond things on them, and that's where you get that thing at the very corner. I'm assuming she has one on the other side as well. So that's like literally the chairs floated from below. Wow, holy crap. That's a lot. This is what I mean, guys. Like, you've got modern designers like Danny with very intricate, very intricate slight details, but in a much smaller space, right? And then you have designers like Poi who have the entire expanse. Like, they have like a crazy big square footage, but structurally it's very layered. That's why I'm saying, like, it just really depends on what your style actually is. Like, Danny in particular, she makes like a lot like smaller builds, but then she'll fit like very intricate details. And that's what makes her builds like really good as well. So it just really depends on what you're going for. If you're going for the more macro look or the more micro look, and that's just usually how it defines your style as well, what you're kind of going for. So like I said, I just highly suggest checking out all kinds of designers, whether they're like people like Danny or people like Poi, right? And then just trying to find your niche within everything, and then try it yourself. This is really, really neat. Holy crap, these little details. Okay. What else has she got here? Oh, she used the back of the occult thing here. I'm guessing it's to cover maybe some texture glitching or lines where these stairs are. Stairs are such a B to do in this game. Like, there's so many inconsistencies on the sides of stairs. You almost have to cover it up or it will look really off-putting. It's just very unfortunate. I wish they would just, Square Enix, just make an actual staircase, guys. Like, how do you have like a statue of like a Godzilla figure and like these crazy like different like statues and pillars, but you don't have like a simple staircase? Like, I just don't get this. Like, isn't the staircase like... And then I mean, I don't know if this is like a joke or it's actually real, and I'm starting to think it's more and more real now after all this time, but like, I'm guessing it's because they don't really live in houses in Japan. They're all in apartments. Like, they don't know what a house actually looks like. So I think like maybe they don't know that stairs are like that's why, like, you know, like in the medium builds and the largest, like the staircases are like odd places. Like the medium has the stairs going up to the second floor on the right, and then they have immediately the stairs going down to the basement, but it doesn't structurally make sense, right? And I'm just thinking, like, before I thought it was a joke, like, you know, maybe they don't know what a house looks like, but the more and more I think about it, I think it's actually true, because they're all in apartments, so I really don't know. this could just be like an ignorant, like, you know, North American talking, but it just seems like that's kind of the case, because it's like, guys, like, just make those stairs, okay? Who cares about that crazy big, like extreme child statue? We want stairs, okay? Jeez, my god. Aloris is probably the owner. What do you mean the owner? The owner of what? Oh, you mean the Lalafell? Yeah, probably. Sorry, I went on a whole rant there. I just I can't stand it when they do this kind of stuff. It's just like, just make the damn item. We don't need to see like all this random stuff. Oh, wow. Whoa, what the heck? Oh, I really like what you did up here. Hang on, I'm gonna have to go up there and see. I'll have to come back for this window. I just see so many very interesting things here. What did she do here? Hang on. Oh, that's so neat. I like how she designed this kind of like a JP style, guys. Like, you know when you have the completely opaque, like nothing wall at the front? This is kind of like the style I do, where I don't care about the front, I don't care about the sides, I don't care if you see all the partitions. As long as this middle focus point, because this is where you'll take the G-pose. Like, see if I go into G-pose, right? Hang on, if I go to G-pose, you're at 100 zoom, right? All you'll see is basically the middle here. There's nothing to the left or right, really. But see, if I do the whole zoom out, you can see, right? This is what JP style designers do. They don't care what's on the side here. They don't care if you see a stage panel sticking out. They don't care if you see this, you know, this black part here. They don't care. As long as the center of your screen is focused on a singular G-pose snapshot, that's all that matters. Like kind of how it is here, right? You can't see any of the trims. It's literally just the center here. That's why, like, I enjoy it quite a bit. Like, studios are freaking amazing. This is awesome, dude. I might just take the screenshot here, Danny. This is really, really good. This is probably one of my favorite builds of all time for you, Danny. Like, you might not, like, think it's one of your greatest builds, but, like, because Danny's had a lot of amazing masterpieces, but to me, this is, like, ooh, this is so good, Danny. I love the lighting in here. I love how you use the Hanish lamps. You customized it first with the dance poles here, and you got the chains, like the pendant lamp chains here. This is so cool. I love this. I look kind of depressed there, but this is a really nice shot. That's just so neat. Oh my goodness, this is so good. I love this kind of like cluttered verticality that she has going on here. It is very atypical from a lot of the builds you see nowadays. Even JPGPO studios, they're usually typically one floor, even if it is kind of like encapsulated in this one middle part here. But she has multi-floors. That's what makes it good. I have my camera tilt set to 100, so I can kind of see the whole expanse of the verticalness here. That is sick. But yeah, like this thing with the pendant lamps, the sides of them, like the pendant lamp is in there, the little shade, and then she's got the Hanish lantern to make the lamp around the shade. So it's like a hanging lantern rather than a pendant lamp itself. That's a really, really neat way to offset that. Just to kind of make it slightly different from the dance poles you see here. Like up here. It's very prominent, but then when you kind of want to make like the background side, I guess I did say it, the side pieces that aren't the front central point, she changed it up a bit so that the black pendant light chain would blend into the actual sides, so you wouldn't notice them quite as much, but they still provide that lighting there that you can kind of see the little pockets of different picture frames and the intricacies of the different shelves. And they could be completely offset from the main lanterns floating where the dance poles were that match the center focus line of the entire build. So that's a really, really good touch that she did there. Okay, let's see what else she got going on. Oh, these side windows are good. So many side pieces, Danny. Oh my god. Alora and I are so proud of these side pieces that you have. Oh, geez. Even the even down to the grade 1 picture frame pictures in here. Like, I think this is the Alexandria, or this is either Oda or it's Alexandria. I think it's Oda, this one. This one's one of the Limsa ones, I believe, or it's the, what is that? Labyrinthos, maybe? No, I think it's Limsa. But yeah, just very simple art pieces here to kind of complement the rest of the kind of vintage kind of style build. I love the wallpaper that you used here, Danny. Like, it is atypical, right? But it does fit more of the classic look pattern you get from the lanterns. Like, let's say, for example, she did use more modern styled lamps, then yes, I would think she would have like a white marble partition or some white rectangular partition here instead. But she made it a lot more homey here, and I like that. That's what a book nook should be. A lot warmer with warm lighting, you know, a lot of greenery around. It's kind of like a breath of fresh air compared to like more of like what she's used to doing with a lot of like the very super modern styles. But I really do like still like the warm like wood texture that she used, not only for these occult board like tables here that she used for kind of like some of the flooring here. It's got a really nice finished floorboard look. And then she paired it along with like very light muted Gladen Rivera cupboards and like benches and chairs and stuff like that. So that's a really nice touch that she did there. I'm wondering what these shields signify though. I'm not sure if the shields are there to cover up spots or it's actually part of the architecture. Whatever it is, it looks really cool. Like, I don't think I've ever used this. I think this is like a green, it's like a moss green or something. I don't think I've ever used that shade in any of the builds that I've ever done. I think that's a really neat, like, I guess contrasting like wood texture to offset everything. Because like, again, like I said before, like, especially if you guys were here earlier when I was touring KH's build, when she did the shabby chic build, remember how I said you don't ever want to make one texture wrap all the way around the build, and that's clearly what it is here. Like, can you imagine if she just had this one wood grain texture all the way around? It wouldn't look quite as nice. It would look like one blob with like multiple items around it. Like, this is what she did here. She clearly separated them, but not only dyeing them different shades of brown and possibly green. It could just be like a green brown. But she made sure that all the angles were completely different, the textures, so you could actually see the complementing features instead of it just being one blob. So that's like a really good thing that Danny does well. Oh wait, hang on a second, I missed something. This is a custom cupboard thing. Hang on a second. Yeah, that's another item there. What the heck is that? Hang on. Wait a second. Oh my god, my sprigging ears are getting in the way. The shadow's getting in the way. Oh, hang on. No. Oh, I guess I'll have to make do. What is that? That looks like two... Got a couple of rail and slides down here, I know, to cover the hole, but what's this top part here? I'll have to ask Danny later, unless any of you guys know. That's crazy. Oh, we got the imitation wooden skylight for the top here. Okay, that's a nice... I love when people use diagonals. I think I mentioned this in our last stream on Sunday with Alora. I love how people are using more diagonals these days. I think Filio did this actually in her last build. Diagonals or trapezoids. I think they need to make more of them. I know the very popular fossil case that Saran's been using, Arano, KH has been using them. A lot of people are using the fossil case. More trapezoids, more pentagons, more octagons, hexagonal patterns, or diagonal partitions. They need to make more of them because that just that just creates more dynamic to the build. Like this bay window here. Look, she didn't even use the full bay window. There's a hidden 45-degree window that's behind these partitions here. And she only used the corner of it, so it's almost like a trapezoid pattern at the corner. So it's not quite a full corner, but it is enough to create the image or the illusion that there's much more space there than needed. She could have completely cut off this entire 45-degree angle here and put a partition all the way up to this corner here. But it wouldn't have looked as nice, right? It wouldn't have looked as alive. It would have looked like, oh, it's just like another simple side window on the apartment, right? But now it looks like, okay, there's a bit of depth here. It looks like the space is probably much bigger than we think. So that's why I'm glad that she added this other angle here and obscured the other one to make it appear as such. Okay, let's see. What else is she going on here? Okay. So see, these are just the simple windows here, but oh, she used the phasma behind there. Oh, that's really nice. Pairing with all sorts of trees back there. A lot of those potted plants. I think the Agolifont plants or something. There's a couple of different plants here. A couple of the hanging trees back there. A couple of the gold trees to kind of spruce it up a bit. Change the kind of layering a bit. Just got different kind of potted plants back there to kind of make that layering. Okay, wait, let's see. Oh, I like the use of the Oasis lamp there. It adds some kind of goldish, hueish lighting here. Oh, that's neat. Oh, the insider cottage walls. Nice, nice, nice. Alora says, yeah, I like the cupboard. There's another one at the top. Oh, there is? Hang on. Oh, the one here. Yeah, this is the other one that we saw at the side here. I wonder what that is. I'm really curious. She does definitely have multiple items going on here, but I'm really not sure. Guys, I'm so sorry. I'm completely out of the housing game these days. I just... Ooh. Yes, this is a masterpiece, Danny. This is really, really cool. I like this a lot. I'm gonna have to ask her what this is. This is really cool. Oh, look, Danny's got like the kind of... I call it the Alora lamp. I know Alora didn't make this. I know a lot of people have done this before, but it's the one where you got the lamp and you got the dance pole towards the ground. And then you can kind of do stuff like this where, like, if Alora was here, this was what I would do. I would do Songbird, right? And then she'd basically throw money at me. And then we'd take a G pose. But she's not here right now. So unfortunately, we can't do that. But these dance poles are great for lighting. Yeah. Oh, it's just like a bed here. Spruce is a tree. Yeah, I know spruce is a tree. Spruce it up, yes. Maybe I should have called the stream Spruce It Up instead. Yes, I will shake it. Well, remember that commercial back from like the 90s? It was like, shake it good. Do you guys remember that? I don't even know if kids nowadays even know what commercials are. They just think, oh, you mean the advertisement in between the Netflix show? You mean that? Man, commercials were so dang good back. There's so many funny ones. Oh my god. Remember those Pepto-Bismol commercials and stuff? Like, I don't know, like those were back in the day. Those were so awesome. I almost got filmed in a commercial once. But the only reason why I couldn't go is because I had some swimming exam the next day. And my parents didn't let me go. I would have been in one of those commercials. Oh well, that's fine. It's totally fine. I can do housing instead then. I won't be in commercials then. Okay. Cool. Fine. Be that way. Yeah, this window, like Lot was saying, this window is awesome. But I think Lot was mentioning the window that was downstairs, which we will be analyzing when we get back down there. But wow. Wow, Danny. Just wow. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. How did she make that reflection? That's so cool. Oh! Oh, I see now. All of these windows are literally parts of the bay window, but like different parts. Because I see the blue trim here. See, this is the bay window facing that way, so this is where the seat is. Because I said, yeah, the seat is there. So she's, wow, that's so smart. That's so smart, eh? Her brain is so big. Oh, that's a classic look right here. For the railings here. Oh, I love that. I didn't know people still did this here. That's a nice touch, Danny. It kind of hides the seam between the imitation wooden skylights, but it also makes a really finite distinction right there. Oh, she has it going all the way across. That's nice. Okay, that makes sense. That's really good, Danny. Nice job on hiding that. And it makes sense to have like the attachment not just going through the wall there. You actually have them attached to something. Okay, that's really, really nice. So there is an orchestrion. It's okay. It's okay, Danny. I know it's not your fault. It's your client's fault. This is really nice. I didn't know I'd gush over this so much. Like, Danny's stuff is usually really good. And it's like, wow, this is great. You know, that's like amazing. But like, this one I very, very much enjoy. I'm glad I came to see this in person and not just saw the build photos. Because I always like going in person better. It means more to me to go through. Okay, let's see. Oh, these are a couple. Oh, these are a few blade pillars put together. Okay, I see. I see what you did there, Danny. It does help with focusing the attention to the middle. Because see how, like, if I go up here, right? Like, let's just do this again. See how, like, yes, there is a middle window. Yes, there is a middle part that you should look at, like with the gold Sildan chair here. But, like, if these were just very thin, it would again look like it just blends into everything, right? But if you have these very robust pillars with multiple rings to it, see how it, like, when you look at this, it curves your attention towards here. This one curves your attention towards here. So if you have multiple rings going up and down, they're naturally curving you to look right here where all these lamps are. So to purposely make them a bit thicker and more robust forces your attention to this middle line here, right at the 180 point right here. So that's a really nice touch. Not sure if that's what you were intending, Danny, but I feel that that's what you were going for the perspective. Let's see. Okay, this is the window I think Lot was talking about, right? Yeah, this one. Yeah, this one's pretty crazy. Hang on. So this is 2 bay windows, basically, I think. Yes, it's 2 bay windows. So this is 1 bay window without the 2 45s on the side. They're hidden behind there. Yeah, they're hidden. These 2 45s are hidden behind there. Oh no, this is 3 windows, I think. Hang on. Oh! Wait. No, this is just 2 windows, actually. Oh, that's insane. Okay, it's not even 3 windows. It's 2 windows. So... Oh, I see now. So... This is the middle part of the bay window. And then this side going in towards the right there, going inwards, is part of this bay window here. And same with this one. The bay window on the right, this is the middle pane, and this is the left side going at a 45-degree in. So it's literally just 2 bay windows here. I thought it was a bay window behind this one big window, but it's actually 2 interconnected at the 25% mark. Oh, that is neat. I have some studio ideas after this, Danny. You gave me some kind of inspiration now. I might have to make something out of this by blending multiple bay windows together. That's a neat look. Okay. This is some innovative stuff, Danny. I don't think I've seen people do that before. Putting them both the 25% mark at the 45s. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Ah. Nice. This is awesome. Nice. I think that's enough analysis, right? I analyze this quite a bit. Oh, you got the... I wonder... I'm really curious. I gotta ask Danny what that shield thing is. Like, it's really like apparent that she has it throughout the build. Like, you know, kind of like behind the picture frame here. Behind the desk there, right? She has it on one of the window frames. She has it up there at the top there. I wonder what that signifies. Nonetheless, an amazing build, Danny. This is awesome. Oof.